we gotta find a way to get more people we gotta find a way to get more people to read with us, chat. Feels like no one comes around when it's reading time. They just want a game. They don't want to think, chat. I think it says a lot about life and society. Oh. Either way, we are prepped to finish this one up today. I think we got the 7, 8, 9, and the ST. We're all ready to finish this one off. Best players don't like reading. That is true. They don't like reading, and you better not like reading and then say something they disagree with, because then you read wrong. Then obviously you have poor reading comprehension and you read wrong. I had a nice controversial fucking goddamn community post yesterday. I'm not sure if any of our few people in chat saw that. How was it? I remember at one point looking and it had like 70 some likes and like near 40 comments, and that's a crazy ratio for me because generally it's like a few hundred likes and then like, I don't know, something like like 10 comments, maybe something like that. There were a lot of people coming in there a little displeased. Neural fans agreeing with you. Neural fans have agreed with me, Laffy. That's the thing about Neural fans that makes them like less interesting than like Dagenbreaker fans to fuck with, is that they're reasonable. Like they're actually like reasonable. They're actually like fucking shut up advertisement. I want to have the stream open in a second monitor so I can make sure everything's going good, but I don't want you to be on. Okay. I'm worrying. The craziest thing is that people say that, Tori, after like missing the point of like an argument or like the entire video itself. They'll say that, and then it's like, wait, you're gonna talk about reading comprehension and media literacy when you just missed the point of the media that you just consumed. That's crazy. Or a neural fan that just is reasonable. The chatter would be much more annoying. Certainly. But the neural fan would just be like a reasonable person. That's not good content if they're just a reasonable person. But yeah, like it's sometimes you see like, you know, like that community post that I made about, you know, it's funny to see these people who can't comprehend liking Priestess more than Teresa because they basically see Teresa as a better waifu. And then there's like literally some dude who was like exactly that, like it's just all these Priestess simps. It's like, well, I'm not saying that I want to bang Priestess. I'm specifically saying I think she's a more interesting character. I'm the Roingus guy. You might have a leg to stand on if I was comparing Dorothy to someone. But you don't when it's like someone else. Who, like, Priestess never really gets talked about on the channel. Like, how often has Priestess actually got brought up on the channel? Teresa's definitely had to have more attention than her. And I don't even like, I don't even dislike Teresa, really. I think that's a common misconception. Also, Jesus Christ, thank you, Dorian. Do you want to add this to the Oblata? Do you want to, thank you so much, Dorian, but, do you want to add this to the Oblata count? Do you want to put this on the Oblata count? Oh man, it's a lot. Thank you so much, Dorian. You see, chat, why can't you all be like Dorian? Look at that. Why can't you all be like Dorian? That's a patron of the arts right there. Yeah. Just say it, chat. If Dorian wants that added, we go from 40 to 98. Pressure account, sure. I have to play more Arknights. I haven't even beaten the base event stages because I've played Arknights like once or twice. I've loaded into Arknights in the past like month. I just have not played that much Arknights. Red is the highest super chat color. Very cool. That's definitely the first time I've ever gotten it. Thank you, Dorian. Alright, chat. Damn. You know, combine that with the success of the Zolok video, and that's like... Oh, when it comes to YouTube, you have to, like, get $100 in, like, by the end of the month for them to, like, give you that. I think this is, like, combine that with the money that I've made off the recent, like, Zolok video. This is one of the first, like, months that it's just, like, I will just get, like, a straight check for this month because it's been 100 plus. Thank you, Dorian. Very cool. When you are nice and reason, you have to play Arknights for real. Oh yeah, I think I, along with the rest of the server, wished you a happy birthday. If I didn't, then I'm very sorry, because I 100% thought I did. But yeah, everybody, happy birthday to Dorian. She had her birthday recently. And then we can get ready to get going. And chat, you know what, during this entire stream, if anyone wants to, you can, yeah, I'll like bring, I don't know, maybe I'll bring this up later when some other people get in as well. If anyone wants to pitch to me, because technically I promised that, like, if I do another Gooter video, it'll be about the sarcasm. If anyone wants to, like, pitch me another idea. I'm sorry, Dorian. That's my bad. I thought I did. I'm sorry. Oh, now do I remember any of the voices these guys had? Was Yu Cheng just like older Chinese man? Force him to do this sarcasm. People will be in shambles when I put the crown at the very bottom, because you can't fuck the hologram. You're not gonna marry the hologram. Your Honor, sarcasm are dirty. Do Libri instead. Libri are pretty good. Sarcasm would cause controversy, and controversy does get clicks. That is the thing about that. All right. Let's. Do I pull up the old stream to figure out the views, the fucking voices that I was doing, or do I just wing it? Blaze was Australian and you was fucking Deku is like all I really remember. If you load up the thumbnail. Yeah, Tori, I was considering for the first time ever like reaching out to like an artist to like do the thumbnail for the Zolok one. I might be tempted for the sarcasm one. There's like the only plan that I have to use someone else, like use an artist for a thumbnail is when it comes to the all events video, I talked to Rory about essentially like giving me like a 3D render, but just like an image of like the doctor sitting in like a dark room with like a bunch of like TVs, and they'll just like all have like some little thing from a different event. If you remember like the me side little tiny TV that like the bitch wants, a bunch of those. Okay.
All of my years at the Judicial Review Office, you're the first I have seen was the chance to get out of this damn prison alive. I myself never expected it to turn out this way. That's what's wrong with all you clerical types. Always living for the day, never thinking about the consequences.
Also, chat, I'll let you all choose. Do you want to have your engagement video or not? Do you want to have your Minecraft parkour or another engagement video? You can choose the type as long as it's copyright free. I remember, I think Dorian suggested like a soap cutting or something one time, and that stream got hit with the copyright. So as long as it's not copyright, if you want a different kind of engagement video, just tell me. I gotta like save some like League recording of me playing League, or like League recording, or just like record Uma Musume, or fucking, I don't know, just swimming around in Subnautica. Something like that, so I can have like various games. I don't know, Expedition 33. So I can just have like various games for the little engagement video while being copyright free. Alright. Yeah, so that's still on the table. So just let me know, chat, what you guys want to do with the, You're recording in chat whenever someone's selling, what do I... Yeah, actually, video, yep. Yeah, chat can see, chat can see gameplay of the new champion. Chat can see Unara gameplay. Copyright for you. So I don't think so.
All that time spent researching, all those years of blood, sweat and tears, all for a dish at the feast and one very angry wrong. Caused quite a ruckus and ended up in here. Are you happy?
It is as you say. But my deeds were loyal and just. This I know. My conscience is clear.
Those who peer into fin ponds to find omens will see omens. So what comes next in your plans?
Order to transfer has already been issued. I'll be joining the diplomatic mission to Victoria in 3 days. For all that happened, I can no longer stay in Baijiao. The arrangements are the fruits of Minister Ling's efforts.
Victoria? How are you supposed to get to Victoria with a body like yours?
Be favored with a pardon is all I need ask for. Besides, I can consider going to Victoria returning home.
Can you really? I remember you saying your wife and child already passed away, no?
Yes. It has been many years since that day.
Even if I did believe you, do you think other people will? If you can remember things that happened back then, so can others.
But if you put your PopUcom stream as the engagement video, you know what, chat? Do you want to see that? Do you want to see that? I can get you that. If you want to see, put in the chat what stream you want to see. This gameplay is not necessary. Okay. World Championship? You mean fucking, you mean EWC? As someone whose only esports enjoyment is League of Legends, EWC is considered very unserious. The fucking Saudi oil money invitational is not well viewed. It's essentially seen as a meaningless tournament in the league. In the league scene. I know in some games it's probably not, but in league it's essentially meaningless. You see, that's the reason that EU showed up on their A game, because it was a meaningless tournament and not an important one. They really lock in for tournaments that mean nothing and then get completely blasted in the ones that are important.
Do you know how many eyes will be watching you when you return?
What am I to do? Please, speak plainly.
And may your life, my friend. The unvarnished truth you crave, I will give it to you. I walk up to this area that would be cool to see in 3D, but we had to go to a different world for the 3D game instead of the cool world already crafted. First time I came to Baijiao to further my studies, left a deep impression on me. Skyscrapers that blot out the heavens, an unending sea of brilliant lights. In the center, all those lights, was the Forbidden City. 1,000 feet it teetered, lofty heights unseen from the ground. Teacher said this was where every policy was decided. Every decree was handed down, each one affecting the lives of untold commoners. Duty heavier than mountains. Thus it is here that every student can put to use all that they have learned, serve the lands and the people. I stood here, in the flesh, facing that palace of edifice and high walls, felt a chill sap away my breath. You've arrived early, Mr. Leon.
Sting, what the fuck are you doing here? Ugh. What the fuck are you doing here? I didn't prepare my big swinging hog.
You seem surprised. Do you not wish to see me?
Hardly. I simply not heard that you'd be attending the Feast of 100 Delicacies, Miss Sting.
Ugh. Definitely wasn't looking for other fine ass at this establishment. Minister Ning is ill, so for this year's feast, the Ministry of Rights had no choice but to send me to attend in his stead. It was a rather last-minute decision, so I don't have time to tell you, my lord. I suppose that leaves us equals in silence. It seems you never planned to tell me you were attending either.
I'm merely here as part of my work. I do not wish to bother you, Miss Ning.
That's the reason. I'm suddenly reminded of how, aside from Shang-Tzu, we have not met for the better part of a year. Several of my letters to you during that time received no answer.
It can be hard to put words to paper, and I find myself often mired in official business. I've been negligent in maintaining my side of the conversation. I cannot deny your blame, Miss Ning.
Where have I mentioned blaming you, my lord, outside of the clear implication of what I said before? During your time as magistrate, even the smallest needs of your hometown never left your thoughts. Now with expanded duties, concerns have only increased. But for some reason, after only 6 short months, I feel as though we've become estranged. If there are some things we cannot say to each other. Like some other hoe has been on that big swinging hog. Putting that aside for the moment, this is your first time you're attending the feast, yes?
Yes, my early years were spent in Shang-Tzu, so I had little opportunity to take part in government events such as this.
Major topics are often deliberated upon during these feasts. Question this year is, what decision will His Majesty make in regards to this war?
I dare not make any sort of wild conjecture on His Majesty's thoughts.
I'm like driving, so if I crash, that's on you. No. I take no blame. The Hungarian authorities, I take no blame. This is all on the psychopath that's driving. I've done nothing.
Done nothing wrong. I take no blame if a crash happens. Please drive safely.
Put your seatbelt on, click it or tick it.
And I take no blame for a crash if it happens.
You're a clever man, Mr. Leon. Your conjectures are always correct. You did, in fact, have something on your mind the other day, and you wanted to discuss it with grandfather, did you not?
I dare not lie to you, Miss Ning.
Phrase it how you will. I am always happy to hear that you wish to see me. But I'm afraid that for you, I've never been someone to be trusted, or to entrust things with.
I believe there may have been a misunderstanding, Miss Ning.
I do not mean to blame you. Who among us did not detest the murky secrets of the bureaucracy when these red robes were first draped over us? But now we must navigate all this wheeling and dealing, like it or not. We're trying to challenge Inez and Hoderer for most, like, Shakespearean love story written in this game. I may not be close to the center of the court, but there's one thing even I know. It's difficult to speak the truth, and even more difficult to make others believe you're speaking the truth. Once you enter the Palace of Walls, the word sincerity means less than nothing.
But all I've ever shown you is sincerity, Miss Ning.
No matter what may come, I've always hoped you would remember. We should take our seats now, Mr. Leon. Let us head inside. Oh, veteran chef. Oh, that's a nice little look. I like it. It's the chef robe with kind of the style commonly with the other Yanese characters. Okay, that's not bad. I like that. Come on, step on it. Check over your ingredients one last time when you're done. The guests are already seated. We need to start serving as soon as the order comes in. Hey, inspect all your ingredients. Check on the stews and soups while you're at it. The bliss soup on stove number 90. I don't know how, but the color seems to be a bit off. What? How many times did I say to cut the ingredients into finger-width cubes? No more, no less. And it's supposed to be on the fire for 20 hours, no breaks. Someone must have screwed something up. All right, move aside. I'll come have a look. Hey, over here. Are you still wearing those clothes? Scared people won't notice you or something? Formal dress for yeah. Didn't Lizzie technically like quit her job and she's still like wearing the like government ministry robes? I feel like that's a very risky thing to do. I feel like you will get arrested or something. Formal dress for formal occasions. I had kept these clothes at home just in case. But this is the kitchen. Don't you have anything more, you know, subtle to put on? Suitable, I meant? No. Hey! Is disguising yourself not something natural for judicial officers? What nonsense are you talking about? Deputy Minister at the Judicial Review Office is not some undercover ghost. Though I have found myself sneaking around a lot lately for some reason. Alright, enough muttering. Change into these clothes. You follow the army of waiters into the banquet area as they're serving up the dishes, then change back into your fancy robe when you can. Fine. This kind of infiltration really does make me a little nervous. You said you were going to stand up to see justice restored, so if you make the True Long mad, is he just going to arrest you right away, or is he going to... Now? There is a tradition of remonstration. Can't talk this morning. During the Feast of 100 Delicacies. Besides, we're just going to request a reopening of an old case due to inconclusive evidence. Why would the True Long be mad at me? Although, there is one thing. Which is... Have you ever thought about what if the truth we managed to dig up on this case turned out to be the complete opposite of what we thought? What if you found out everything around you was one big lie? What are you talking about? Didn't we do all this to get to the truth in the first place? If it's all a lie, we'll smash it to pieces. Why the hesitation? We've come this far already. What choice do we even have? Okay. Liz, I think your father, he was likely a good man. Why this all of a sudden? Promise me this. If something unexpected happens, you must take care of yourself first. Someone's coming! Hide under the stove!
Is everything ready?
Ready, chef, yeah.
These longevity noodles you're in charge of may be simple, but they are still vital for the feast. You make no goddamn mistakes while preparing them.
Understood.
Although I do not know why Yoshivo did not wish to come to the feast, I believe he had his reasons to choose you. Once the feast is over, I'll give you the opportunity to take on my mantle.
Me?
Not happy to hear that.
There's a lot of chefs who'd pinch themselves awake if they were told they're going to be your apprentice, but I don't understand. Why are you entrusting all the skills you've learned your entire life to only one person?
Nonsense. Do you know just how many examinations a Ding Fang low-head chef puts their prospective students through before they choose an apprentice? Not to mention the fact that my own Shifu was the one who penned the Book of Foods recipe from all 4 major cuisines that serves us well for decades worth of feasts. Now out of the hundreds of chefs in the Ding Fang Low Kitchen honed the craft for many years. Shifu chose me to take the reins. Just me. Generations of exquisite artisanship in these hands. You'd let anybody smudge it?
But no matter how exquisite the artisanship is, you're making the dish for people to eat. What I mean is teaching a single apprentice who's as good as you really more important than teaching a bunch of chefs who can do a decent job? Like, the more you teach, the more can cook, which means even more young can enjoy the tasty food, or something like that.
That's enough of your disrespectful rubbish! Focus on your noodles! Shut the fuck up!
Alright. Oh my god, it's old Zhuo!
Have the preparations been made? A human has entered the highest state of alert, and the sea defenses are all in position. Citizens have been evacuated, leaving 20,000 soldiers and 3,000 Tianqis able to take the field at any time. They await your orders. Okay, let's see if other moons wax or wane in our favor tonight. General, the Grand Commandant's messenger has arrived at this hour. Where is the message then? He didn't have one. All he had to deliver was a box of mooncakes. He said the Grand Commandant has only one thing to say to you, General. Eat them while they're hot. Don't let them get cold. You received my notice, Lord Zhuo. It has been a while. Are you faring well? You. Don't need to be so tense. The pawn shop has long since closed its doors. No one will be bothering us. Why meet me alone? Shouldn't I be asking you that, Lord Zhuo? What do you mean? I opened this pawn shop on a whim, during my stay in Baizhou, and for a time, business was booming. Every day, we would see customers bringing all sorts of curios, scrolls, precious baubles, and odd gemstones. In the end, many of them were taken by my wandering younger brother and placed within his garden. Most curious thing is that all the customers came by their shop had one thing in common. They were looking for me! You think too highly of yourself. Well, since you have come to see me, does that not mean you have something to discuss, Lord Zhuo? Or perhaps I can answer one or two of the questions plaguing you. All I want to know is, why have you come to Baizhou? If that convict has decided now's the time to declare war on Yan, all that awaits him is death and destruction, but I'm sure he knows that already. Indeed, my older brother is skilled in the art of the Grindelwald and not else. Though it is a formidable and well-honed skill at that. You still remember the Shanghai song who appeared in Human, Lord Zhuo? During the Shui regulator's analysis of the incident, we noticed traces of another Farenmoot proxy's actions. Wang is suspected of being involved. What are you trying to say? Always Wang is getting involved. Tell you what, in history, there's a lot of Wangs. A lot of getting involved. But you what? I miss the Minecraft? Do you want your Minecraft? Do you want your Minecraft? Non-copyright Minecraft. Let's find you some Minecraft. Okay, chat, we'll find you guys a little bit of Minecraft. Find you guys a little bit of that. There you go. Just for you guys. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that I can find in the super new patch. Probably won't take that long for something to come out though. Yeah. I'm sure you remember, Lord Zhuo, that during the 100,000 years ago, the Farenmoot of Yan were either put to the sword or banished. Has the sweet regulator ever wondered, considering my brother was able to find one of them? Could he perhaps have found more than just one? During the many years since the incident, the sweet regulator have watched his movement closely, as every movement within Yan's borders, but they've never considered the possibility that one of its Weiqi stones might leave the country. Don't underestimate our intelligence network. The sweet regulator have never stopped keeping an eye on the Farenmoot outside. If they make any sudden movements, our Farenmootologists will surely send something. Farenmootologist just doesn't sound like a real word. I'm sure they did. They should be on their way back to Yan right now. Please treat this information as my humble gift to you, Lord Zhuo. How you use it is for you to decide. Why are you telling me this? One of the convict's conspirators, so why tell us his plans? In truth, though I am indeed in collaboration with my brother, our hearts are not as one. We have differences. He insists on seeing a victor decided. I, on the other hand, prefer doing my business in a more amicable fashion. As for why I chose you, Lord Zhuo, I feel we are kindred spirits. What? I profess I have some skill in reading people. My intuition tells me we'll have the opportunity to do business once again in the future. It's possible that the fate of our siblings will lie in your hands, Lord Zhuo.
be able to chat with you on this festive day, even but for a moment, is my destiny at work. I hope that in the future you can see me as a man you can discuss things with. Ayo!
What's wrong?
Sorry, my hand just cramped. I couldn't hold it steady.
Seriously? Fuck! Oh no, we're all gonna get killed!
Sorry. I'll go back to the kitchen and get a new one. Do it quick. The mandarins are seated already. Once the true lung arrives, the banquet will start and we're fucked.
Do you need help, madam? Oh, madam!
I am here for the feast of 100 delicacies.
All the mandarins should have already been seated. May I ask why?
Forgive me, I was delayed on the road here. I'll head in right away.
Please wait a moment. Madam, please show me your invitation to the feast.
Why? Is me standing here not enough invitation already?
A routine inspection. I beg your pardon, madam.
No. Oh, my lady, you dropped something of yours. What voice did I give Blaze's sister? Probably something of the standard. The slightly lighter version of my voice that virtually every female character gets. Because I can't do women voices. You left in such a rush. How could you not have noticed you dropped something so important? Good thing I spotted it.
Madam Tang in the Ministry of Revenue, please forgive my earlier impertinence. Since there are no further issues here, the feast is about to begin. Oh, please take your seat as quickly as you can.
How hot is it? I can almost hear you sweating.
It's not that hot where I am.
It's also like 9:30 in the morning, so it's definitely not that hot comparatively to other times. Someone just asked in my Discord if we get another Gerbo operator, would I roll for them? Like, yes. What a silly fucking question. Of course. If there is a second Roingus, would I not try to acquire another Roingus? Obviously, I'd want another Roingus. I love Roingus. It's transcended just Dorothy. I love Roingus. I love Gerbs. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that I love Gerbs.
That invitation is a forgery. It will only work the one time. You take care when you're inside. I know you. You're one of the ladies at the Ning Manor. I'm also a friend of Blaze.
She's gonna cheat on Dorothy with them. It wouldn't be cheating on Dorothy. I just have another Gerb, and it'd be like, oh my god, a second Gerb. Dorothy is still like #1 Gerb. Unless somehow they write them better than Dorothy, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Because Dorothy's their best written character.
I spotted her name on the chef roster and guessed at your plan. The rest, you'll simply have to beg forgiveness from the True Long after meeting him. But don't you know if this case is reopened, you will be ruined? But the one most heavily implicated by this case would be Blaze, no? And didn't you already agree to help her find the truth? What else is there to worry about? Besides, if you really do manage to pull back the curtain on all this, well, that's what I was after in the first place.
I want to be politically ruined. I want to be politically gaped. Like I took a political horse dick. Well, all cheaters say, I would not cheat on the Roingus. Did you not see the Zolix video? Even amongst the elite Zolix, Dorothy is the one true wife.
amongst a group so elite that members like Gravel and Honeyberry had to only be in the okay tier. Dorothy still stands out even above the wife tier. That's how crazy she is. Despite all my years as a Mandarin, I rarely set foot in the Forbidden City. I see towering palaces pressed up against the sky, majestic and stately. I see a banquet of incomparable bounty, each and every seat filled. The lamps are as bright as day, even as the moonlight envelops them. What I cannot see is who hid away these names, who does not want to see the truth come to light. Suddenly you recall the words, will you be able to handle the truth? God, like, this! Fucking every time I see these cool-ass backgrounds, it's like, man, I'm so glad Enfield had to be a random planet that has very, like, limited fucking, on a random moon that has very, like, limited, civilization. And not, you know, Terra with this shit. Because no one wants to see this in 3D. Yu Cheng, what exactly did you see? Oh, strange. The feast has already started, so why has His Imperial Majesty not arrived yet? And this, what are you? You like a fox? A dog? No need to panic. His Imperial Majesty is busy. Something urgent might have just come up. All we can do is wait. I heard he's been ill for a while now. What if it's something to do with that? Stop fucking blabbering. Preposterous. Simply preposterous. Don't you know what right have you to obstruct the court Mandarin? What's all this about? Oh, it's this bitch again. What's all this about? His soldier says he's Assistant Minister Tang Jian of the Ministry of Revenue. We've already checked, and every seat under the Ministry of Revenue is already accounted for. I am Tiang Jiang. None of this he says rubbish. Do you see the seal in my hand? Whose name is on it? We've got a sussy bussy among us. All fall silent. 3 blasts of the horn mark the 7th hour of the night. The moon shines bright overhead. Their light so clear they wash away all color. That's not what moonlight usually does. All rise! One by one, the Mandarins stand, looking toward the center of the feast with bated breath, waiting for the one meant to be seated at the head of the table. I have something to report, Your Majesty. Oh, what's that background music? Ooh! Got the chanting. Oh no! Everything's on fire! Fire. None knew where the burst of flame came from, but all it needed was a gust of autumn wind to engulf the entire banquet. Flickering flames act like wild beasts, brandishing their fangs and claws as they pace about above the table. The wind blows and the beasts of fire grow and grow, and grow with speed. The conflagration bloats and bulges, letting off unsettling noises. Some liken it to shouting, others to laughter. Bizarre flames pour like falling rain, having already tainted the feast of 100 delicacies. They flit and flicker as they climb up the faces of the panicking Mandarins. What's going on? Uh-oh, the Skibbity Sigma fire. The Skibbity Sigma fire of 1099. This is in the lore. Where's Mulberry during all this time, huh? Where do you think Mulberry is? You think Mulberry's here in Baijiu just having a panic attack in a hotel room? That seems like what Mulberry would be doing. That seems like very Mulberry coded. Fire! Fire! Assassins! Protect His Majesty! Guards! 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 The Sigmas are here. Put out that fire! Lock the dining area down! Take care. Source of this fire. Everyone stay away from the wine and the cups. A fire that does not burn hot. Who did this? What are they up to? Fucking Ablana! A fire that doesn't burn hot! Ablana, what are you doing here? She just goons, that is true. She is goon-ning-ning after all. Mods! Mods! There's a fire! Mods! Mods! Protect the Emperor! Protect the streamer! Mods! There's a raid going on! There's a hate raid! Lin Qingyan tries to calm down the panicking crowd, but her voice is quickly drowned out by the shouting and screaming. In the midst of the chaos, their eyes met for only a moment, but she's sure more than anything. She spots a familiar face. The person saw her. Saw her attempt to cross the line of propriety in front of all, but the target is not her. Blaze.
What's going on? What's all this ruckus?
Oh, this is bad. I heard some kind of demonic fire broke at the banquet. No idea how it happened. The guards of the dining area surrounded. No idea what's going on inside, or if His Majesty's hurt. We're all talking about cutting the feast short. Oh, Lin Qingyan.
We've been notified of an unknown person's infiltrating the feast. We'll not be conducting an inspection. I ask that everyone stay here, where they are, and not move. Please cooperate.
Damn it, what the hell happened over where Lighty is? Oh, this is fucking bad. Oh, I can't leave it to fend for herself. I need to go take a look.
You there, stop moving!
What do I do? What do I do? Can't get in a fight here. Time to think, damn it.
After her! Right, 1st Battalion, 5th Battalion, seal off the southern entrance. 7th and 7th and 9th close off the northern gate. Everyone else, sweep the palace from south to north. You find anyone suspicious, arrest them immediately. Our intel says there are at least 2 culprits working together to ruin the feast, so take care.
Minus 100 cool points. But it was the Skibbity Sigma fire! I didn't come up with that! That's in the lore. That's in the Arknight story. I didn't come up with the Skibbity Sigma fire. Blame Hymal for that. He told me about this. He's always telling me about Skibbity Sigmas. He showed me all of the Sigma edits he made of various Arknights characters. Don't blame me.
So many gods. What a fucking pain. What kind of trouble did you manage to get yourself into here, Lizzie? Sounds like you haven't gotten caught yet, at least. So where the hell are you? This palace is way too big. Why are you here? Shh. I thought you two just want to ask His Majesty to reopen the case. How did it come to this? I don't know either. That fire's not our doing. But the timing. You need to leave right away. There's no talking your way out of it if they find you. What I need to do is save Lin Qingyan. Let me go look for her. How can I ask you to do something that dangerous? I'm more familiar with the Forbidden City than you are. Even if I did get caught, I'll have some leeway to explain myself. Don't worry, I'll find her. But you still don't trust me. What? Still angry at me? Of course not. Head to the southern exit before the guards seal it off. We'll meet up at the restaurant once we're all out of here. Okay. You take care too. Did the soldiers manage to get a good look at you? Yeah, I think so. That's not good. Oh, I know. Let's swap clothes. Come on, get them off.
No, I saw someone running away up ahead, over there!
The dining area's been cleared out. Deputy Minister Lin wouldn't be here. But who started all this at the feast? Oh, Blaze managed to make it out by now.
It is me, Big Scary Man.
Why? Why is she here? These two. Is this fate at work?
Well, it looks like it's not too far away now. Wonder how things are going over on their side. Found you. Who's there? So it was you. Damn, that's one hell of a sword. You're not dressed like the average soldier. What are you, general? Save the chatter. So you're the one Lin Qingyan has been hiding behind her back. But why would she bring you to the Forbidden City?
Oh, I don't know.
Homeworks are probably for you who don't read the event on these stages. Doesn't do reading homeworks, true. Read events when they do stages. I stopped reading events when I did the stages, Rod, Jack, when like I stopped past a certain point because it was like when the stories are long, it's so long, and then you gotta go play another stage, and it like takes you out of it.
So I know it's impolite to barge in on someone else's banquet, but Would you believe me if I said I didn't mean anything bad by it? What I'm trying to say is, this is all a misunderstanding.
There's no misunderstanding here. The Imperial Guard's been searching for you for 40 years. You are her descendant.
What are you talking about? Who's descendant? Who's her?
You really don't know? No. It seems you're not lying. All this time you've been hidden away, and nobody thought to tell you about your history. Ha 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 ha! Humorous!
Got me there. I'm pretty curious about it, not gonna lie. And we're not gonna ask about it? But seriously, the Imperial Guard looking for me?
40 years ago, only a single child was unaccounted for in the family of a treasonous Mandarin!
What are you talking about?
Blaze, I need you to confirm something. You were born in 1062 in Victoria, right?
Yes, from as far back as I can remember, I lived in Victoria. Everyone is so surprised that Blaze is 40 and oh she doesn't look 40 and everything, and I agreed until someone brought up the great point of like, are we forgetting that Blaze is Asian? And then it was like, oh, I see, that's why, that makes sense. She got one of them crazy Korean skincare routines where it's like the 18 different products that makes your shit look smooth till you're 50. Of course, once you get 50 to 60, it'll wrinkle up like a motherfucker because it turns out those products eventually kind of do as much harm as good, but... Lin event? Don't you say that! That event... She'll be looking like Mantra the second she turns 50. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think Lizzie's in her, like, mid-30s. Honestly, like, this event, you know, before I was like, man, Lizzie Alter, fucking, who even cares about Lizzie? Lizzie's probably my favorite character in this event. I'm actually starting to really like Lizzie.
Your father seemed to have been spending a lot of time pursuing a certain truth in the last few years of his life. What if you found out everything around you was one big lie?
What? You're talking nonsense! Beige Way!
You are a person of interest! We'll figure out what to do with you after questioning! Come with me! I'm the English dub of Dio from JoJo's!
Bro, forget that!
Gah! You're no weakling, it seems. I might not be able to take you in without hurting you. If you don't wish to be harmed, then surrender immediately.
I'm not in the mood for jokes right now.
Didn't I tell you to save yourself if something happened? Ling Qinyan!
Ling Qinyan's eyes meet Blaze's. She understands what's happened, but all she has to offer is silence. She turns and stands in front of Blaze, shielding her. That's what English Dio sounds like. I think it was JP, to some degree. Although, to be honest, that's kind of what the JP sounds like to some extent. It's obviously deeper, because that guy has, like, a deep voice. But that is kind of, like, the character beats of, like, Dio. He's kind of flamboyant, kind of just like, da-da-da, ha-ha-ha, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That's kind of like the cadence that he like talks with. Obviously, that's like a comedically exaggerated version. Like, he doesn't actually, he doesn't actually go with the ba 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 to that extent. It's more ba 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 ba, which is like the like more grounded version. But like, it's anime and it's JoJo's. Normally, I don't like anime, like really anime, really like trope heavy anime. JoJo's is so ridiculously anime that it loops back around to me liking it like it's not for anime. Like, obviously, like, when it comes to, like, my favorite anime, it's stuff like Vinland Saga and Megalobox that don't have a lot of these anime tropes. Don't have a lot of the traditional anime tropes, and those are my favorites. They use the medium of Japanese animation, but they don't have a lot of the tropes that I don't like in anime. JoJo's is so, like, ridiculous and, like, over the top that I don't care if it's tropey. I like it, and it's funny, and it's entertaining. the things you can't deny about JoJo's are that it's creative and that it's entertaining. It's incredibly entertaining. It's not the most highbrow. It's not the deepest. Like, definitely I would say, like, Vinland Saga is a better, like, complex work of art. But JoJo's is, like, up there in terms of just pure entertainment. It's of, like, Lucky Star. I've never heard of Lucky Star. But I probably would. It's Dio. I don't think it's that extra. That is true. Dio is very flamboyant. He's Italian, after all. He's a little ridiculous. Alright, chat. You know what it is when I'm pausing like this? We're taking the first piss of the stream. And so while I'm taking a piss, we'll expand the Minecraft parkour, so you guys have a nice view of the Minecraft parkour, and I'll be back in a moment once I finish pissing, okay? Okay. This is a totally random thing, chat. Totally random. Completely, like, not... Fog like my farm is the pain. I have heard the tales. British's son is Italian. He himself is British, his son is Italian? No. Dio... The original Dio is Italian. In, like, Season 1... Dio's, like, adopted into, like, the Joestar family after his, like, Italian father, like, dies, and it's, like, somewhat, like, related to, like, the Joestars. So, Dio is Italian. Laffy. Anyway, what I'm gonna say, just a random thing. You know how in, like, Subnautica, like, the field of view is kind of, like, fucked up so everything looks smaller? It's so sad that that's the case, because, like, I feel like one of the coolest things is how big everything is there, but you can't, like, fully comprehend that because of how fucky the field of view is. And, like, that is... No, Laffy. His adopted father was, because he was adopted into the Joestars, but Dio himself is Italian. But yeah, like, the Reaper Leviathan is, like, the smallest of, like, the big ol' Leviathans that everyone thinks about. And that is, like, 55 meters in length. That's, like, twice the size of, like, a blue whale. Official Wikipedia says he's British, though? Maybe I'm insane. Maybe I'm literally insane. I could be literally insane and delusional and not remembering, Laffy. That's also possible. Like, 55 meters, that's, like, twice the length of, like, a blue whale. But they don't look that bad. Remember Subnautica as you were staring at your flushing toilet? No, I was fucking around a little bit in Subnautica with, like, with a friend last night. So that's why. But, like, you don't, like, comprehend that size, and I think that's kind of sad. I don't know what they would do to make the field of view better. Well, his name is literally Dio Brando, Laffy, so he literally has an Italian name. But yeah, like, when it comes to it, even like the Sea Emperor, you don't fully get the size. The Sea Emperor is about 200 meters long, and like, yeah, you're like, what we think of as like, oh yeah, the ancient like giant like megalodon and everything. Well, that's like 20 meters. So that's about like 20 meters, right? Maybe like a little bigger for like the biggest ones, but like that's like a tenth the length of the Sea Emperor. And like you can tell the Sea Emperor's big, but I don't think you can tell it's that big. Which I think is kind of sad, because like it's already like intimidating the size of it when it like flops its head up and everything in the like containment facility. But like that should be so insanely cool when it will like the sheer scale of it. And I mean technically, you know, one last thing about Subnautica before we get back to reading. Technically, you aren't a monster fucker, but you're a monster surrogate, because technically you get the stuff together to fertilize the Sea Emperor's eggs. So you're technically the father of her Sea Emperor children. You save the planet by being the surrogate father of the Sea Emperor. Oh yeah, the Sea Emperor is giant. The Sea Emperor is fucking huge. Favorite one, the Sea Emperor. The Sea Emperor is probably my favorite, but it's between the Sea Emperor and the Reaper. The Reaper's just a classic. I kind of hope that they go even bigger when they eventually release Subnautica 2. First of all, I hope they fucking learn from their goddamn mistake and bring the proper team back on. And secondly, I would hope in Subnautica 2, I kind of want them to, maybe not like Gargantuan Leviathan mod size, but something like giga big. Instead of the Void having like multiple pretty big things that come at you, make it like one giga big thing. Like maybe not quite Gargantuan Leviathan size, because I feel like in a mod that's fine. I feel like it might be kind of awkward to have that be the official thing, especially with some of the weird, I think, like clipping and everything that you would have with something that big, and some of the hitbox stuff. It might look a little weird, but like something big. Have one big thing in the Void and have that be what stops you. Instead of like, oh, here's 3 adult Ghost Leviathans. Big, quite big, very big, but not like utterly massive. That would be cool. Anyways. Back to reading. I'm gonna try to do the same, yeah. I think the like Gargantuan Leviathan mod for Subnautica actually does it right, Rod, because it's how purely big that thing is. I think it's like 5 kilometers is like the length of the fucking Gargantuan Leviathan. So even though it looks smaller with the FOV, you have to comprehend the size. You can't not comprehend the utterly gigantic size. Be kind of scary. Yeah, Laffy. I think I remember there being some really old Subnautica concept that was like, that almost like this biome itself, the floor of that biome was like living, and if you like shine light on it, it would get like irritated and try to like, it'd be like tentacles and everything like from just the bottom trying to fucking kill you if you like bring your fucking like submarine around it. Maybe that was purely what's just like a mod or like some custom thing someone did, which would be also very cool. But yeah. Anyways. Where were we? Meets Blaze, stands in front of her. Okay, yeah. Oh no, wait, this is the Junior Drill Master still. Your deeds at the Judicial Review Office are worthy of my respect, Deputy Minister Lin. And I was kind enough to remind you before. It seems you decided to completely ignore my warning. I'm perfectly aware of what you're doing. I don't need your reminders. You don't know who she really is. Yet to go so far to protect the descendant of a traitorous Mandarin. Why? For the truth. The truth you're all too afraid to talk about. Lin Qingyan, what are you two talking about? What do you mean I'm the descendant of a traitor? My dad, who is he? Why did he die? Forgive me. I was planning to tell you everything after tonight, but it seems now is not a good time. I'll make up to it. Make it up to you later, however you like. Provided we make it out if you're alive, that is.
She'll be coming with me tonight.
As long as I'm here, she will not.
Forget that. You will need 3 of you to simply obstruct me.
Ling Qinyan, go already. I'm getting an altar blaze. She literally can't kill me. I'm appearing in the next event. Or that would be a nightmare, 100%, Rod. I think that's the reason some really cool concepts have to get left on the table, unfortunately, for games like Subnautica and just games in general. A mixture of deadlines making you cut down on things and just things being just too hard to implement in a cool, engaging way. Like, you wouldn't necessarily want to make it so that it just, like, instantly gets you, because then you go over there, you do that, you instantly lose the Cyclops that you spent all that time getting the resources for, and it's like, oh, cool. Awesome, dude. Because I was just supposed to know that I couldn't do that. Burst of lightning blasts open a hole in the palace wall. Before the dust has even settled, a somewhat gentler blast of energy strikes Blaze. You're sent flying out of the Forbidden City, falling toward a distant patch of ground. Blaze has done these sort of high-altitude leaps countless times before as a form of dynamic entry in the battlefield. Or, rather than meter. She's never once felt fear. Believed in her own strength, and in her many friends, there was never any confusion in her mind either. She knew who she was, where she must go, what she believed in. There's no plot that can hold back her heat, just like how the mist of dawn cannot hide away the sun. Now, what awaits her is no longer solid ground, but an endless abyss. Closes her eyes. Where? Ningyan lies on the bed, her breathing faint. Crutch in the old man's shoulders. They've fallen over. After having seen so many things across so many years, he thought nothing more this world could shock him. His lips open and close, yet try as he might, he can make no sound. Until someone in the shadows begins to speak first.
She yet lives.
It's you!
Stay your steps, Mr. Ning. Come no closer. You never saw me tonight, and she never left the house.
But why?
She intruded upon the feast of 100 delicacies. She was with that girl when I discovered her. If she'd run to anyone else, she would not be alive.
Impossible. 40 years, I can't believe it's you again. 40 years you left her here. You saved her life once more. Save her from a terrible fate. Fate, this must be fate. There's no escaping it, there never was.
I did not leave her here for her sake. It was you who saved her, Mr. Ning. You once swore an oath to never let anyone know the truth of this case in exchange for her name. But it seems you're now wavering when it comes to past vows. We too long will know of tonight's events. The choice is yours, Mr. Ning.
Gust of wind. It was like nobody was even there. The old man stands in stunned silence. His daze is interrupted as he hears a sound coming from outside the courtyard walls. Sound like roaring, like weeping, like admonishment. I must be going mad. It's autumn. Why do I hear cicadas? Oh, where? How did I get here? Oh, you're finally awake. I knew you were one tough feline. Look at you, as lively as a fin on a line. Sean was making a fuss about calling a doctor. He was shouting so hard he forgot what time it was. How long was I out? Wait, where are they? Ling Qinyan, did Ningyan come by yet? Like, seriously, how did I get here? Alright, slow down. I don't even know where to start with all these questions. Last night I was on my way to the night market to get some cheap veggies when I found you lying down in the middle of the street. Thought you were drunk at first. I was ready to freeze to death or something, so I brought you back here. Cursing up a storm in your sleep. Hypocrite this, swindler that, and a lot more besides. I know where you managed to learn such creative Yanese. The Ningyan you mentioned, whoever this Ling Qinyan is, never seen them before. I don't know if they were here. Oh, I need to go find them. Oh, whoa! Where are you going? The Forbidden City. I saw a whole bunch of guards patrolling around there. Think you can get in? I don't care. I'll have to go. What do you think you're going to find for having lost yourself like that? You! What are you talking about? Just speaking the truth here. You lost yourself, yeah? Oh, you don't know where yourself has gone. Where it's wandered off to. Hear a few words from someone else and you wouldn't know it. Barely even know your own name, much less who you are. Such absurdity. Is the whole not in Terra the only thing you dislike about Enfield? For the most part, yeah, that's like the big thing for me is that like it could have just been Enfield, not Arknight's Enfield, and that's pretty annoying. I think in general, from my experience in Enfield, I think it'll be a quite solid game. I think there's definitely gonna be some elements. I think there will at times become issues with the combat becoming samey, even if sometimes like getting all of the skills to pop in order is satisfying. I think at times it'll become samey the way that really most gacha game systems are, because I don't think you'll need to change your approach. I don't think it's necessarily like these types of games, they're not like a Soulsborne game where you'll need to where you'll need to really well figure out different attack patterns of an enemy that like makes it so even if if you're using the same way to attack, it'll really be engaging. They're not going to be that difficult, and they're not going to be like that punishing, and like overall the enemy design is not going to be that good. And it's not going to be something more like, I don't know, something like League where you end up in different scenarios so you have to actively change your strategy. I don't think that'll necessarily happen. So I think the combat does run the risk of becoming stale, but like the factory designing is cool. I think the open world isn't too big, which like I think sometimes in these games they have too big of an open world with nothing in it. Granted, if you did it in Terra, then you could have a pretty big open world because there'd always be something in it if you're putting it on different mobile cities. But whatever, whatever. Which have compared to other games, yeah, that's true. I think there's a lot of limitations. It's on the system of gacha. Anyways. A tangerine seed is blown from Jiangnan to Zhongbei, where it takes root and yields fine fruit. What lets the seed grow so well wasn't Jiangnan or Zhongbei, but decades worth of rain and sun. It's ultimately the same fruit. Jiangnan and Zhongbei might not be the same place, but an orange is an orange. Doesn't matter where you eat it. All things begin, all things end. There's the outer truth and the inner truth. Once you figure that out, then you can get back to asking your questions. Do you know something about all this? What do you know? Tell me! What do I know? I'm a chef. All I know is how to season my ingredients, how to boil stuff, stir-fry stuff, regular fry stuff. Oh right! So you reminded me of something. Weren't you trying to find authentic tangerine cakes? I think I know how to make those. One thing I don't know how to do is steam stuff. Because let me tell you, steaming is a satanic invention and evil. I hate steaming.
One tangerine cake to go, please.
Oh, you're here. Sending it to Victoria this time as well?
No, not sending it back. I need to go back right away. Though it's hard to say if I even can go back this time. Just a snack for the road.
Wow, your cough's gotten pretty bad. I don't think you should be eating sweets right now. Boil you up a bowl of loquat soup.
I'm fine. It's not through with my lungs.
Doesn't matter where the problem is. You gotta take care of yourself. Seen a doctor about it?
Yes. Don't have much time left, apparently. And beyond having to mind what I eat.
Huh?
It's fine. Everyone has to die someday. Done pretty much everything I needed to get done.
How can you say something like that? Didn't you say you still have family in Victoria? They're waiting for you to go home.
Yes, I held on to hope that I could see them again, but it seems that won't be happening. Might have been a useless good-for-nothing my entire life, but at least I can say I haven't disgraced what little ideals and righteousness I still have in me. Not only now that I'm at the end, have I realized I owe them far too much.
Isn't that just how people are? Things like that happen from time to time. If you try and be the perfect people pleaser, you're a fool. But surely you still want to go home, right?
I want to see them, but if I don't, they'll have easier lives. That's how people are. If you want to get something done, you need to put something down. Everyone has put their things down, so I should too. I've been in your care for so many years now, young chef, and my final few words in this reverie of mine are for your ears only.
Then, is there still something you want?
I want Coca-Cola, but with the cocaine put back in.
Oh. Yeah, sure, Jack. Have you seen a doctor about it?
Weird. I'm an older Chinese man. You think I would go to a doctor? I just want my child to be a doctor. I don't want to go to one.
You need to pay more attention. And his mat who swept is still covered in ash. Make sure not to miss any corners either. Anything dirty has to be cleaned. We're moving out soon, and we cannot leave behind any trouble for the house's next owner. It's rather late, Mr. Ning. Where are you headed off to? Oh, don't mind me. Just going out for a walk. Mr. Ning's been acting really odd today. Why is he spending his mid-autumn festival watching us clean the house instead of gazing at the moon? There's enough questions out of you. Focus on your sweeping. Brilliant moonlight tonight. Give it a pristine spot to land on. How did I get here? Grandfather's study? My lurch is on the edge of consciousness. Feels like she's forgotten something important. Her old book lies on the desk in silence. Candles of Yan, volume 124, supplement 17, 1062. Where's there such a book in the Imperial Historical Records? Grandfather?
It's been years since there was a criminal thrown to the 5th floor of this prison. What's the story about?
Assassinating someone at court. The Imperial Guard themselves are dragging the culprit here. What a ruthless! Shh! Don't think too hard about it. Don't ask too many questions. Just keep a close eye on the culprit. And I won't be enough. I won't be enough to fix any mistakes. It seems everything I've run into since my return to Baijiu has been part of some grand plan. Here are the clues laid out in front of me like bait, leading towards a dead end. Not only was the perpetrator highly skilled in Kung Fu, but they also had intimate knowledge of the Judicial Review Office's layout. They must have been working with Yu Chang for quite some time. Those trees in Minecraft would be a pain. True, unless you have the mod installed where if you crouch and cut, like, it cuts the entire tree and just takes all of, like, it cuts the entire tree down and just takes all of the, like, durability out of the axe. So your axe gets worn down like normal, but you cut the trees a lot faster. Yu Chang asked you to take notes during his trial. This is why you stand here now, and it's also the reason I cannot allow you to participate any further. Is that an ad for fucking Chase Bank showing up in my Minecraft parkour engagement video for chat? Ridiculous. The huge tree, you risk a crash. Perhaps I just have too good of a PC to understand that, because I don't think I've come particularly close even with big trees. Gotta grab another something. Gotta live down here. Prepared. Got a little something. Whatever Yu Chang's plan, you're most certainly part of it.
Deputy Minister Lin, surely I wouldn't ask if you didn't know the answer already. Can you not say the truth, or do you simply pretend you can't say it because you don't dare to? I should really take off this mask.
What makes you so dead set on this case, Censor Jizen? As the moons slowly sink into the west, their light passes through the bare, barred windows and scatters on the far wall of the cell. The night air condenses into dew, beating on Ling Qinyan's brow. Were it not for the sun of mold, this prison would actually be a good place to meditate. Indeed, while I was waiting here, I managed to figure out many things that have been on my mind. It was you who set the scrollery on fire. Was it an answer I gave you here, or one you puzzled out beforehand? Oh, we get to see bro with his head out. That's what bro looking like. We meet again, Deputy Minister Lin. Alright, I'm not in the mood to discuss snacks with you right now. I got people to save. Calm down, take it easy. Is any use being so high-strung when you have so much to do? What do you know? All I know is that if the heat ain't right, don't take off the lid. You can't skip out on meals if you have something big to do. If you don't eat, you're not getting anything done. Here, try this. Is this the tangerine cake you're looking for? You. Weren't you always saying I won't be able to find it even if I searched all of Baijiao? I also said I'm the best chef in all Baijiao. As long as the taste exists, I can replicate it. And this one's my own creation. It won't count for our bet. Isn't this the same tangerine cake you made before? Spider Skepticism Blaze shoves a cake into her mouth. Tried many fine dishes over the last few days. Learned a lot how to critique food during that time. Cooking in front of her cannot be considered tasty. Angel was right. Too much sugar will overwhelm the fragrance of the tangerine peel, while too much oil destroys the texture of the cake itself. It's not a tasty snack, but it's an exact match for the taste in her memories.
Shrimp curry, y'all want some? Damn, at 9:20 a.m., Tori? Is shrimp curry like a really long thing to make? Oh, that makes me want to make a fucking Thai curry today, but after this, I should go get some stuff. After this, I should go to the store and get some stuff for the Korean recipes that Kampeito sent me. See if I want to try them. Let's see, we got spicy stir-fried pork and a Korean cold noodle dish that I got recipes for. Hungry, I want to get stuff out of my fridge. Okay.
How do you know this recipe? You were so hung up on my tangerine cake not being sweet enough, it got me wondering what kind of chef would make them that sweet. Then I thought, what if the one who made them so sweet didn't do it for the taste? That means... You said you ate these in Victoria, right? I'm reminded of a regular customer I had many years ago. He always ordered some tangerine cakes and said he was going to send them off to his daughter in a foreign land. I told him they'd spoil long before they got to her. He refused to believe me. He'd process it a bit himself and wrap it up in layer after layer of lettered paper. You barely tell if it was a letter or some food by the end of it. You knew him. He gave me. I've been searching for him all this time. Do you know what happened to him? I wouldn't say I knew. He was just a regular customer for many years. Vaguely remember him always coming over before it was even bright out to order the cheapest breakfast I had on the menu. He'd sit by the window like he was waiting for someone. Waiting for someone? Who? How should I know? See for yourself.
Day breaks. The faint full moons brush against the horizon. The nights come to a close. Perhaps many in slumber, enjoying the dreams of happy reunions. Diligent hawkers are up early, setting up their stalls. Their shouts echoing down the streets, rousing the sleepers of the metropolis. They spots a familiar figure by the street corner. Alright. Is she having an hallucination, or is this motherfucker alive? I'm pretty neutral on you. I would if I was rating all the Sui, I'd put him below Shu and Neon, and probably above the others. I put him right there with Chongus in the middle. Put him right there with Big Chongus in the middle of the Sui. We all know Ling is at the bottom. Although honestly, the more I've seen Dusk, the more I've come around to her being okay. Maybe I'd move Dusk up a little bit. I don't know. Shu and Neon are the best, though. Please take your normal pills. The small restaurant and that serene manor are separated by no more than a street corner. In fact, barely worth noticing during normal times. Is this what he was looking at year after year? Oh, it was him seeing his daughter passing by. It's you. Really you. You're here. I'm just gonna assume Ning Shu is Blaze.
Unless Ningxu is... Oh, man. Oh, no, Ningxu is this guy. Fuck, I messed up. I thought it was, like, still in this scene. This is a whole different scene. This is a scene change. I need my normal pills. Yeah. I don't like Ling, and I don't like her like supposed poetic way of speaking. Maybe it works in the Chinese. It does not work in English. It's just like, maybe in like Chinese, when a sign of being like smart or something is like speaking in this really flowery way. In like English, we would just see like someone who speaks like that and just say, shut the fuck up, essentially. You don't sound smart, like it doesn't sound like you're an intelligent person. You sound like a pretentious dickhead. And you're hard to understand because what you're saying hardly makes sense. I never thought I'd see you again in my lifetime. Leaning against the corner is clothed in near rags. Grasps a mooncake in his hands, his face awash in crumbs, ignorant of his guest. A smear of light leaks in through the bars of his cell window, painting the criminal's gaunt face in stark relief. The Judicial Review Office is truly kind. Even us prisoners get a mooncake for the Mid-Autumn Festival. It's delicious. Want a bite? Only it. I'll be having my meals in this prison soon enough. I'll have my own to enjoy. Pity, we still have so much to talk about. It's not quite the same without something to munch on, right? The old man lets out a dry laugh, taking a seat across from the shabbily dressed prisoner. For decades, you've wanted to ask an old man like me your questions. I suppose today is your lucky day. You should hate me, Mr. Ning. You're one step away from being able to go back home without a heavy heart. One step away from enjoying your twilight years with your family. Just one small step. I really should hate you when you put it like that. I'd like nothing more than to charge at you and tear at your flesh with my teeth, but on second thought, you've given up decades of your life and your position as Deputy Minister at the Judicial Review Office for me, spending the rest of your years within this cell. No matter how you look at it, it should be you who hates me. You're overthinking it, Mr. Ning. I said that before, but I was never any good at my job. Part being a decent human being. Not like Gu Chuan. I'm a glutton, you see. The type that loves sniffing out deep, hidden truths. Throw up in the shells eyes who get at the flesh. Addicted to the sweet, sweet taste of marrow. I'll do anything for it, even if it leaves my hands bloodied and my teeth shattered. During all these years, you were my biggest, plumpest shell piece on my dining table. How could I ever hate you? Phallus over Ling, that is fact, story. That is true. Even if I were to hate, it wouldn't be for anything on my side. Your teeth are still in fine shape. I never saw them chip while they were gnawing on my old bones. But you saying, well, you were so sure I would have come to see you today. If I had just walked away from all this, all your plots and plans would have gone to waste, no? Because I understand you. I understand you far too well, Mr. Ning. I simply had to gamble that during the years you spent bobbing around the hierarchy of mandarins, you would dirty your hands, but still retain your humanity. You let Gu Chuan live on, but he was right under your nose. After all, and raised his daughter to boot. You care about the fate of that child. Those two children, rather. You wanted to see those girls live carefree, innocent lives, while you let live. You knew that if you did not relent one day, they would never know peace. So you came to see me. You had to. Well, I've looked into these matters already. It seems you managed to find out most of what should have been found out. How long did it take you? I only finished deciphering the clues and piecing them together last year. It shames me to admit as a deputy minister, but my pace was a bit too slow. Gu Chuan, on the other hand, he managed to figure it all out years ago. I never considered that. The year he returned to Baijiao, you managed to put him under your watch. You never thought he would copy decades worth of letters from your home. By peering through all those letters, between grand mandarins and nobles, he, a ninth-rank ceremonial officer, found every survivor of that murder case. He unravels the threads and puts them all together. Bobbing? Bobbing? Oh my god, Bobby! They've got Bobby! He's here! Gu Chuan's diligence knew no bounds. I underestimated him. Anything more you wish to say, Mr. Ning? What is there left to say? What sins must be admitted, I shall admit. I really did send someone to kill the Minister of Justice who presided over the Grand Preceptor's case. Not because he accused me of being the Grand Preceptor's collaborator in treason. Rather, because the Grand Preceptor's treason was a miscarriage of justice all along.
Indulge me in my curiosity, Deputy Mr. Lin. When'd you figure it out?
I suspected it was you who set Ding Feng Lo alight. Why? What would I have to do with the incident? Call it a hunch. But you might not have used your kung fu at the time. A mask was not enough to prevent me from thinking that person's figure and skills were familiar. Very familiar. Afterwards, at the Judicial Review Office, you sought me out and managed to cement this particular suspicion in my mind. Come to think of it, you must have been in close contact with Yu Cheng as early as when I was in prepare to impeach him. Never considered the possibility you were already cooperating with him at the time. From the scroll you fired to the hanging scroll in the Ning Manor, and under the fire, Deng Feng Lo. This recent string of mysteries was you trying to lead me along a trail of clues, wasn't it? It was rather rushed and sloppy now that I look back. And the fire at the Feast of 100 Delicacies? I must regret to inform you that was not my doing. Purely merely an unexpected turn that happened to align with our goal. Why did you two do all this? Ridiculous as it may sound, this all started with an old case. Not a large one, yet not small either. Case I happened upon by chance after I joined the Department of Discipline and Supervision. A Minister of Justice assassinated by a beggar in the middle of the street. Case I could barely believe, yet one hastily closed without meaningful build-up or a satisfying conclusion. Though the assassin had been executed, his identity, his motive, there were simply too many vague unknowns in the file. As I dug deeper, I noticed that every thread led towards an even bigger case. The case had snipped all those threads short. The Grand Preceptor's treason? You've investigated that case too. The betrayal of the 3 Grand Ministers, a case large enough to shake the court, and one that implicates countless others. Forget finding the truth. Even just mentioning the Grand Preceptor's name at the time was the greatest of taboos. The Grand Preceptor incited the Prince to regicide. That was all the history books had to say on the matter, but nobody knows the truth of what happened the night the old Trulong passed away. Well, who was it who mobilized the city guard and went into the palace? Only later did I realize I was not the only one looking into this case. Was this how you got to know Yu Cheng? Should I rather call it foul beasts of a feather or friendship at first sight? You said the two of you weren't able to follow the trail, so how did you determine the Grand Preceptor was wrongly accused? It wasn't our research that led to this conclusion. One who brought everything to light was Gu Chuan. Why? Do you seriously not know why? Of course I do. Just wanted to ask you how this... why it tasted when you said it aloud. People cry out their hearts uneasy. Only those who've experienced struggle know that Yan's current peace and prosperity were hard won. It was a very, very long time ago. The old Trulong was diligent at the time. Virginia ministries were beginning to change the structure of this great land. And during Yan's turbulent times, he did not allow her to fall behind the other nations of Yan. The nations of Terra, not of Yan. And so it was that a great hero was infected with apathy in his twilight years. Living his days were numbered as many policies began to stray into bias and imbalance. The time the prince wished to stop the Trulong, the Grand Preceptor stood by his side. The supposed support was urging the prince to seize the throne. The old Trulong died the night the prince entered the palace to admonish him. As for the prince, his whereabouts since that night are unknown. Such a tumultuous event demanded an explanation, which required someone to be charged with everything. Do you think the current Trulong was unaware of all this? Changes in the court naturally lead to unrest among the masses. A purge of traitors is a very fitting slogan. The then young Trulong acted with an iron fist to sweep away many courtiers with evil intent, stabilizing the situation as quickly as possible. This ensured the spell of court intrigue never made it outside the walls of the Forbidden City. 40 years, I assume, was the only one aside from the true Long himself to still remember what transpired. Till 10 or so years after the case ended, when a young man stood in front of me once again. I fear you speak of that time too lightly, Mr. Ning. It was not only the traitors who swept away. It was also the entirety of the Grand Preceptor's family. 28 in all. They were all sent to prison. Some committed suicide in their cells to prove their innocence. Those who lived were exiled. tried to find a trace of them, but it was no use. Could not find a single one. Except for a child, spirited away during the turmoil, still swaddled in a blanket.
I never considered the possibility she still lived, yet never truly believed she had died.
It seems you met her.
A few days ago, her appearance is not too similar, but their personality, like two peas in a pod. Guchuan never spoke a word about that child's whereabouts during the decade he spent in Baishao, right up until his death.
I'm sure you're now well aware of why he died on the road back to Victoria.
You Cheng, you old bastard! You used Guchuan's own death to ensure there was no possibility of anyone finding that child. Which also gave you an opportunity to investigate me.
At the time, I assumed Guchuan had no success in his exhaustive research into the Grand Perceptor case, which prompted him to leave Baizhou in despair. It was only after many years that I realized it was not the so-called truth that he sought. He had long since found the answers to those troubles you mentioned earlier. What he hoped I would do was something else entirely. I don't understand. Are you telling me you knew all along that Blaze was the orphan from that case?
Investigation should have already revealed that Guchuan and Yu Cheng knew each other. After taking the child away, Guchuan kept the secret of his whereabouts to himself for decades. Because he met his untimely end, he confided in the only friend he had, Yu Cheng. After his death, Yu Cheng immediately began a search for her. However, he was unable to personally act as deputy administrator of the Judicial Review Office. He entrusted the task of performing discreet inquiries to me, far from the center of court politics so as to not attract attention. By the time I found her in Victoria, she was already infected. I could not take her back to Baizhou right away. For the sake of protecting her, I had no choice but to place her in the care of a medical organization that treated the infected. Damn, then how old is this motherfucker? If Blaze is like 40, motherfucker must at least be 60. If he's out here going to personally do that, so it was you. You were already aligned at the time, I see. But you were also part of this plan from early on, Deputy Mr. Lin. What do you mean? How was it you were able to find Blaze's trail? How were you able to come across those files pertaining to her past? Surely you didn't just attribute them to chance. Yu Cheng would not have told you these himself. The risk was too great. Could not be third person who knew all of this in all of Terra, but he was always searching for a suitable candidate. Armed with courage, who stood for the truth. He's long since been ready to give his life for this cause. I'm happy to dirty my hands doing what must be done in his stead. That's not enough. We need someone pure and innocent. One who could use honest means to lay bare the truth. Nearly time. We have one last opportunity. You still wish to bring the truth out into the light of day? Deputy Minister Lin? Well, I'd rather not rot in prison, so yes. Oh. Alright, damn. That was a pretty long set of things, and we are set up fucking for goddamn piss too. I gotta be drinking that shit. You know what? And I'll probably grab something else to drink to ensure that I continue to have enough. So, you know, we'll expand the parkour again, and I'll be back in a time. If an ad pops up, I'll bomb the YouTube headquarters in Minecraft.
Oh no, did I just fuck up my mic settings? Oh no. Well, let's fucking fix this real quick. Fix this mic shit real quick. It should be a little quieter than it should be. Boom. Okay, that should be back to where it was. Shrink this down and we can get back to it. Me when Arknight's OST that doesn't have controls wishes. What the fuck? Literally Arknight's best song, controls wishes. Wu Cheng, that is the truth behind the Grand Perceptor case you seek. Have any further questions? You've spoken at length, yet you said nothing about your role in these events, Mr. Ning. Why did you send someone to kill the Minister of Justice? Do you not already have the answer, Deputy Minister Yu? Was it not you who accused me years ago of having the Minister murder to stop him from investigating and save myself in the chaos? You need not be in such a hurry to discredit yourself. There was one question that perplexed me for a long time. Why did Guchuan stay at your house when he returned to Baizhou nearly a decade later? It was not until I saw that girl at your house did all the puzzle pieces fall into place. He narrowly escaped with his life, yet he still returned to Baizhou, not only to find the truth of what happened, but also to search for the daughter he left behind. It seems he did not tell you much. Yes, most of what follows will be mere speculation. If I'm wrong, feel free to laugh in my face. I heard after the Grand Perceptor suicide following accusations of treason, the entire nation was in uproar and Mandarins distanced themselves from her. Yet one Academy student dared to honor her in public. It was thus that he stumbled onto the Grand Perceptor's home. As the belongings within were being confiscated, in his hurry, all he could take away was a baby girl, just born into the family. As it so happened, his own daughter was recently born as well. At his wit's end, he tried to flee Baizhou with his wife and the two babies. As a scholar with no background, he didn't get far before an Imperial Guard captured him. Perhaps out of compassion, wanted to keep the Grand Perceptor's bloodline going. The Imperial Guard spared the scholar, the Grand Perceptor's child, instead taking the scholar's daughter. I do not know what Guchuan was thinking at the time, but it was most likely he had no other choice. Dixon Discord. Is what Tori is doing comparable to me? You know, it's not a bad effort. It's not quite rain tier, but it's not a bad effort. Looks great, Pookie. Looks good. Your shrimp curry looks good, Tori. The child fell into the hands of the Minister of Justice, her bloodline obvious with their modicum of research, but as it turned out, how to handle this child of an outsider was a delicate conundrum indeed. It was around this time that you, Mr. Ning, long dissatisfied with the Minister's extreme methods, decided to take the ultimate risk, assassination. The Grand Perceptor's case implicated many, and it seemed fitting that the bloodstained Minister of Justice met his end through retribution. But the court's turmoil resolved, the Trulong allowed the bloodstained curtain to finally fall in this fashion. The only unresolved question left is that child. Based on how things are now, she was taken into your care. What this entailed is not hard to guess. But as for the why of it, if I recall correctly, Mr. Ning, you enjoyed the tutelage of the Grand Perceptor as well, correct? Oh, Yo Cheng, had you not been absorbed in judicial work or confined to the cell, I shudder to think what that meticulous mind of yours might have accomplished. It's terrifying, truly terrifying. You flatter me. Nothing more than a fool compared to Guchuan. It's simply because I have met far too many people in my capacity as Deputy Minister of the Judicial Review Office. The more one sees, the more one learns. Now that I think about it, the dish Guchuan offered to the Trulong at the Feast of 100 Elixirs wasn't merely an act of suicide. It was him reconciling with the truth. Before he passed, he did not tell me the truth. but he did divulge the whereabouts of the Grand Preceptor's orphan. He must have hoped that, once I found the truth for myself, I would choose reconciliation. Yet I could not. All I could do was use my methods to find the people still left, the ones you care for, and force you to spit out the truth. All things considered, Mr. Yin, you are no villain. Perhaps just a coward. Hate me all you want. To see that child once more has always been a wish of mine. Oh, seek an audience with His Majesty. You know everything? I only just found out. Still want to ask you, how are you so calm about all this? It was a suspicion I hid away in my heart for many, many years, and I've finally found proof for. The thorn stuck in your palm. It may bleed a bit when you pluck it out, but you'll feel much better afterward. Why? Why won't you say something? I don't know how it came to all this. Should I feel sad or angry right now? I don't know. All I know is my mind's a mess and my heart feels like it's being stabbed. Who the hell am I supposed to set ablaze with this fire crawling up my throat? Well, I have a question for you. Blaze, can you tell me about Guchuan? My father? What sort of man was he? Hey, he was an idiot, a nerd, and a liar. He was a fucking nerd. Oh, Tori, you can try to ascribe some meaning to it, but the truth is, you just gotta lock in so you can finally one day be on my level. One day, you can get there if you work hard. I hate lies! I've seen too damn many of them. Greedy lies, cowardly lies, sneaky lies. Never one that demanded a lifetime of commitment, one that cost him his own daughter and himself, all to protect someone who had nothing to do with him. How can I be so stupid? Reminds me of a story I once read. It was a guard who watched over a rest station by the river. One day he saw a flood coming from upstream. He wanted to run upstream and tell the people there to close the sluice gates. He only went halfway when he saw the river was rising too quickly. It was too late to close the gate, so he immediately decided to turn and warn the villagers downstream to flee. Back and forth he ran until finally he was consumed and swept away by the flood. He didn't manage to do anything or save anyone. Get to the point already. Would you say this man's deeds sound familiar? Fine, I get it. Well, I don't really get all the details of your windy-ass story, but you're talking shit about him, aren't you? He wasn't a bad guy, okay? He was just... I know you've got good reasons to blame him, duh, but he was the one who threw you away. Why he spent so much time coming back to look for you? I thought I'd be the one consoling you, not the other way around. Blaze, you're infected, right? Ew! Stinky! Why, where'd you figure that out? Man, you're too damn clever by half! Sorry, I didn't mean anything untoward. I was just thinking that it really should have been my fate to be... What the hell are you talking about? Why, you think you've done something wrong and deserve a worse fate? Please, my life is awesome. I got lots of buddies and I found a dream of mine. If anything, you're the one who got it bad, growing up all by yourself in that big old mansion, alone and miserable. It almost sounds like you're fucking roasting me. I'm not, but like, go fuck yourself. But I understand what you mean. Oh, right. I still haven't asked you what your name actually is. Zhu Huang. It's the name Dad, he got me. Wow, I forgot how long it's been since I last told someone my real name. Well, that's it. That's the last of my secrets. Another goo! Everybody's goo! I guess goo is just a popular family name. Everybody's goo. A blazing candle to ward against the dark. Zhu for a candle, Huang for a blaze, and a family named Gu to ward you. Bobby Huang! I always knew Blaze was related to my goat, Bobby Blabberfish 2 Huang. Really does sound like a name you would pick. Blaze, would you say I've only really gotten to know you now after all this? I guess so, yeah. Wait, no, I've still got lots to tell you. I need to bring you to Victoria to have a look around. Well, Mama, rather, your birth mother. You should probably go see her. She's still alive? Who said she's dead? She's still hale and hearty. She lives in a small town out in western Victoria. Once everything's wrapped up, I'll take you to her. She definitely wants to see you.
Alright. Why are you crying? I'm not. But you're the one's about to break his ears any second now. I'm just happy. I never thought I'd suddenly find myself a little sister after all these years. Who's ever heard of sisters like us? Besides, we don't know yet who's the little one. I've been through a lot today. Can't you let me have this one? And there you were consoling me. Look, I just wanted to say, from now on, you're not alone anymore, okay? Man, isn't that lovely? Of all the myriad of flavors in this land, the taste of reunion is the sweetest of them all. Really now, damn it, what am I tearing up for? That's the last of my worries settled. Oh right, that judicial officer at the Forbidden City last night. Lawsy, she was being held up by that Imperial God Lady when she sent me flying out of the city. What should we do now? Well, this isn't quite over yet. Maybe I'll finish off what I should have done in the first place. What are you planning to do? I demand an explanation, for everyone's sakes.
100 years it has been. He returns once again to where this game of Weiqi started. The board is covered in cobwebs and dust, a single black stone at the center. He bends his hand to brush away the grime.
Where are you off to, man?
Got a meal to deliver! If we're going, then who's gonna mind the restaurant? At this hour? It's past closing time.
Gonna open tomorrow?
That depends on my mood tomorrow. Hard to say right now.
I don't get the feeling you want to call it quits. Fine by me, but you still owe me 6 months of wages. Settle that and I'll let you go.
You're so money-minded. How about all those staff meals I cooked for you? They must be worth a few months of debt. Fine. On the right of the stove in the kitchen. Third brick from the corner. The last of my spare cash is under that brick. Take it.
I've been with you quite a few years now.
Yep, 15 whole years. You've stuck around the longest out of all your associates, Candleholder. Means we were really fated to be I kept reminding myself that I was a candleholder of the Shui regulator. I'm afraid I wouldn't have stayed that long. To be honest, it's been years since I reminded myself who I really am, too. Not like I was trying to remember or not, mind you. Whether as a man or beast, I found this life full of delightful flavors. Nothing to complain about.
Best you keep not remembering. Here, if you do, you'll forget the taste of man. Your palate will go dumb and numb, and your cooking skills will go to waste.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy with that either. If there's one thing I'll never forget, it's that my troublemaking brothers and sisters still need to eat. Not to mention the one that's most troublesome of all. I mean, how long it's been since we last saw each other, it's hard to say what he's like now.
The consequences of delivering this particular meal today, right?
Yeah, more or less. It's obvious, like, not keeping cotton by the stove. So your regular's not gonna be happy if we have a family reunion. Also, if a fight breaks out at such a delicate moment, you might not be seeing me tomorrow. I made a lot of food, I met a lot of people these past few years. My wish was for every customer who walks through those doors to have a tasty meal and a life with fewer regrets. 4 flavors of the kitchen, 4 emotions of the heart, sorrowful partings, joyful reunions, they're not that much different. But just as fresh fins have their bones and mollusks have no scent, this land is filled with regrets. Eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired. When you miss your family, maybe it's as simple as going to them.
Are you really gonna let this go?
The moment was kind of sweet, but you ruined it.
Yeah, you're like, well, that just happened. But wow.
There are a lot of things I don't want to let go of, but I can't hold on to them forever either. John, mind looking up the shop for me while I'm gone? You've been watching me cook for so long, you must have picked up something by now. If any customers come by, look after them for me, will you? Savor It Use, the House of Aftertaste, ended up being a fitting name. The moral realm really lingers on the tongue.
I report, Captain. It was represented this special man whose name is here underweight 8 districts. Show no sign of the target. It's been an entire day. Before day breaks, we must...
Heard you were looking for me.
Who's there? Out of the way. What's this? Here to surrender? Good. You've saved me the effort of searching the entire city for you.
I don't care if you want to take me in for what I did to the face of who I am. No, it's not the time for it. I've got urgent business, so best you move it.
Ha! I've never been this pissed off before. If you really want to get in my way, then come and try me.
Locked in.
What are you going to do?
I'm here to deliver a bowl of longevity noodles to the True Lung. His DoorDash order! He ordered DoorDash! I'm barely making rent! I'll need this one!
Tori is so close. It's snowing again. They should be wearing their winter garb by now. Like a little stove as a child, aflame with passion in her veins. Snow and wind won't phase her. I shall winters are never this cold. The first volume should be done when the spring comes. That's good. I've said I've had no worries left to bear.
He takes off his Mandarin garb, folds it carefully, and places it down next to the books he used to carry. For buying 3 times the east. He walks out of the camp.
Your flames are indeed hotter now! Your arts are greatly burning your body infected!
Scared of the heat? It's just more blood. I know I'm staying here only because so many others have shed their own blood.
Seems like you already know a lot!
Not much at all, but there's just one thing I need to know. Those who had their names erased, those who died dubious deaths, they need an explanation, an answer. To be honest, I didn't think my life would have such a complicated backstory, or that I'd fought for something other than the infected. But now I realize that injustice is the same for everyone. I'll spill my blood in every injustice I encounter. An injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. Type beat.
Burning ablaze with your blood, infected you with some of the righteous of old. But don't rush to conclusions about justice when a single leaf blocks your view of the entire forest. In any case, I have been ordered to bring you back. You absolutely cannot be left free.
I know. I'll met your type before plenty of times. As I can't paint all you as bad guys. You just been trying to shed no blood of tears. You stop caring about anyone else's. Whatever, I won't argue. You sure can try to stop me though.
You are the enemy, but your courage deserves praise. Careful now, I'll spare your life, but I can't guarantee you won't lose a limb or two.
Oh, of course. Who else would be back?
Zhongguang Baile Zhengfa Cleave.
It's you! I know you have a lot of questions, but there's only one pressing matter at hand. You wanted to see the True Lung, yes? I'm here to help.
Ling Chen Yang, you should be behind bars!
Yet I stand here before you now.
You've already lost to me once. This time neither of you will escape.
Don't worry, I have no plans to fight you alone. I know I asked to tag along, but this opponent will be hard to handle.
An accomplice even! So you were the one who freed her from prison.
I had to employ some crude measures, but I tried my best to avoid harming any innocents. Don't worry about settling the score. I have too many crimes I can't escape from, and this is just one more. When this matter is over, I'll surrender myself to the law. But now there's something to be done, and a meeting to be had.
A discipline and supervision censor colluding with the judicial review of your deputy administrator revolt! Such a preposterous scene is a first for me. If this is preposterous enough, then allow me to inconsequentially join the fray as well. This we on some power of...
What's this website to read faster? This is the Arknight Story Reader at adcc.github.io. Just look up Arknight Story Reader, and it should be the first thing that pops up. It's like the little thing with the little myrtle icon. And you'll be able to find it. And yeah, just googling Arknight's Event Reader should get you it.
Hiya! Were you not gravely wounded and human? Yes, my injuries were quite serious. I'm not sure my skills are even 1/3 as powerful as they used to be. So I hope there will be no cause for me to make any moves today. Ha! Why would you even participate in this? I've got to grasp the full picture as my deputy, Mr. Lin, has suddenly appeared here. But the two of you are my most respected colleagues, so I can only ask, as an old friend, that you do leave some space for negotiation. How can you expect me to turn a blind eye when you lot insist on doing such a traitorous act? Loyalty over righteousness. But whoever said you could choose only one from the two. Righteousness. You're familiar with that case, and the two individuals before it stand here before you now. Right or wrong, life or death, the choice is yours. Chifu, this matter came to be from complicated causes. How can what's good or evil be determined so easily? The blade's in your hand, make your choice. Chifu! You hesitate still? Chifu, afraid fucking
Chase, I saw you again. Chase, you trying to come in here? Do your shit. Nah, you gotta put your shit on my channel. stop dallying and go inside. Don't even think about a signal to lower the Forbidden City's defenses. Could it be His Imperial Majesty?
You can see the Forbidden City from here. It was still spring when I last set foot in this tower. Much has happened within the last 6 months. The chill has come, and the wind atop the city wall is strong. Take care of yourself, Grand Tutor. I may truly feel from the court of seen Bai Zhao from this angle. Even from great heights where the view stretches far, when sight will sometimes be obscured by clouds. All the more reason that one should see and think before one acts. Do you know why I should become the advisor of human? My thoughts were that you wanted me to broaden my horizons and see the big picture. An opportunity, but also a test. A test for what exactly? To see if I'm worthy. So you know I have summoned you here today. Yes, Grand Tutor, you disappointed me. An excuse or a genuine emotion. I said what I did during the Feast of 100 Delicacies was a terrible idea, but there was no other way. Suspending the feast will prevent the Grand Commandment from acting in drastic haste, and also allow the True Lung an opportunity. Since your involvement in this disputes, thrice have you been forced to make a choice, and each time you cast the riskiest die. You placed yourself, and even your friends and even yourself are the just one.
Have you never once felt hesitation?
I dare not claim it never crossed my mind, but I've always considered the choice most beneficial for all. The capable plotter, but the same cannot be said for your decision making. My plan was like a lone talent, ambitious but not greedy, resourceful but selfless. Give them many chances to hone themselves. Chances arose I would entrust them with significant responsibilities. I thought you were a suitable candidate. It often does not end well when a chess player uses himself as a piece on the board. You remind me of a colleague who is no longer with us.
I mean, I still don't think you need an Arknight's event reader. If I'm doing it on stream and out loud, yes. And like when I'm going through like the events that I've already read for the event, I'm rereading every like event. I'm doing that there because it does make it take less long. But like I don't think you actually need it.
When I started my I am humbled. Ling Zhan, given another chance, would you willingly leave Shangsu? When I started my studies, I was determined to apply my life's learning to the benefit of the people. Not a position I had gotten from mere chance. My original ambition remains, and I hold no regrets over the choices I made. The incident at the Feast of 100 Delicacies cannot go unpunished. Submit myself to the law. Skymir's Pavilion Archive is lacking a transcriber. You'll begin your duties there tomorrow morning. You have my gratitude, Grand Tutor. What is this? My time has come.
Cloud's country completely obscuring the moonlight.
Have you met this one before? Never. Who exactly is the opponent he seeks on this Weiqi board? There are times when one seeks not an opponent to win against on the board, but a solution. Beneficial to both parties have been countless changes to the situation. There was something I wish to consult you on. What made you set up that exam in the first place? Shop's not yet closed, is it?
You've come at the right time. Uncle Rare, I'm done with your order. It's late, so we don't have much left. But what would you like?
Anything to fill up my stomach on the road will do.
Happen to have half a steamer of meat buns here from the morning. You can have it for free.
Won't you be making a loss like this?
I only know how to cook. Not so good at business stuff.
Why not earn a name of riches with skills like yours?
What for? Both nobles and peasants eat the same 3 meals a day. I might as well make more buns than money and fame.
You know my other question. How much does a meal normally cost here?
Not much at all. Usual soup and 2 dozen dishes just cost a few coins. Anyone who works here in Baijiao can eat their fill here.
See, you have a kind heart and a compassion for others.
Oh, stop that. I'm just a chef who serves about 100 customers a day at most.
Free meal and a lesson to boot. Lucky me.
I just hope you don't get mad at me. I just like aimlessly chatting with customers about everything under the sun.
Restaurant must have been here a long time if I'm not wrong. How are your finances?
Now that's a headache. See, this little store of mine can barely make even. It's all thanks to the abundant crops from Da Huang and fast deliveries from the Qidao that I can keep my store running. Otherwise, I'd have to raise the prices.
Sure you're not trying to give credit to your siblings.
Ugh, but it doesn't stop there.
My customers all live nearby. Some don't have enough coins, so they make up for it by sending me a few boxes of fresh food and helping me repair the furniture. Without their care, this restaurant wouldn't be running today. So you see, it's hard to balance a book like this. But this is how you do business, right? Who says one side has to profit all the time? You give and you take. It's mutual prosperity that brings wealth and keeps the business thriving. Your meat buns are all ready and packed, Grand Tutor. Why don't you try one now?
Not bad at all. Word of advice. Don't take any more lessons from your businessman brother. That guy's a dick. Were you able to get a meal, sir? Yes. The buns of this place are the best in Baijiao. Try one yourself. Wow, it's delicious. I'm ready to get back on the road. Where to? Shangsu. How do I get there again? Right there, the 7 streets of 5 lanes. Remember having to pass a dye workshop and I killed first. My head hurts. It's been so many years, I wonder what changes. Calligraphy and painting store still here. So something can be considered a historical relic. Come back in for a scroll, who knows? Might just find it on second thought. I probably couldn't if I tried. Almost there. The ancient temple hasn't changed at all. It's been here in years, but hasn't been torn out either. Just who is feeling nostalgic for it? The lock's already opened. Oh, you're back.
And then we have just a little more. Both Night and Fulmin with Arknights, I think it's poetic, yeah. This is cool. Like, just look at this and tell me that it would not be cool to explore this in 3D. There's a lot of mixture of, like, traditional and, like, futuristic elements in, like, Yan. Places like Colombia have, like, modern mixed with some futuristic elements. I don't know, just these areas, they're so cool. But all we'll ever know them from is backgrounds. But maybe the anime should have, like, I don't know, should it cover events in, like, movie form at some point? Which could be cool, but not sure if they do that. Why should anyone be born destined to bear all this? When father was alive, he often stood atop the palace tower, my brother beside him. Father often said water can carry a boat, but also sink it. Wise, this is a great height where we can stand. It can also be the start of a plunge into the abyss. To watch the city before him for long periods of time, or perhaps it was the vast territory in the distance. Oh my god, look at how long this chapter is. Jesus Christ. Good thing we only have 2 more. He watched both what he could and could not see. Before my eyes, the city flourished. His body gradually bent into an arc, and his hair turned white as snow. I knew he was old, and began hearing all sorts of voices. For long, he's an authoritarian dictator, most many harsh policies. Rain will be in trouble if this continues for long. They didn't know that a lot of emperors are authoritarian dictators. That's often what an emperor is. Your Highness, please put the country first and admonish the true Lung. Abolish his harmful policies and bring a new start to this realm. People are uneasy. I should do something, but what should I do? Who can I trust? Out of someone, a person, who is rumored to have fathomed every plan possible. The ancient temple had long been deserted, but I tried everything I could and located a black stone.
What do you want?
A solution for Yan, my elder brother.
Why should I help you?
Help me now, and in time I'll spare your life.
How amusing. You are bold, young Lung.
Solution's not difficult. It comes with a price. You willing to pay that price? I suppose.
A solution is not difficult, but it comes with a price. Are you willing to pay that price?
Grand Preceptor's help. Brother ended up entering the Forbidden City with Chi Zhao in hand. 6 armies conceded. No one dared stop him. No one knows what exactly happened inside the Forbidden City then. Father died. Brother vanished. Why? I like to be alone now.
What is the meaning of this bowl of noodles?
I made some longevity noodles just for you. Aren't you gonna try it?
Why?
Because today's your birthday, right? The Squid told me that True Long's birthday is the day after the Mid-Autumn Festival, but he celebrates his birthday together with the festival out of humility. I know a little something about heart and your birthday myself. I just thought it was so sad for a man such high status not going to decide when to celebrate his own birthday. Just fucking Blaze in like the middle of the fucking like in the middle of the empty ass hallway. Yep, he is my noodle dish. I made it 'cause it's your birthday. There you go. All yours.
You. I know you. Making your way here despite the odds, the risks, even the possibility of losing your life. You must have something to say to me.
Of course. To think my life is so closely connected to someone I haven't even met before. That feeling is just so surreal. So, I had to come and meet you. I was planning to offer this to you yesterday during the feast, but a bunch of things messed up my plan. As good as time as any, though. I know it's your niece's custom to discuss important matters over a meal. So dig in. When you're done, I have a lot of questions to ask. And I want answers.
Fair enough. That's some real shit. Game recognizes game. You a real one.
Ugh! There's so much dust on the table I almost ate some by accident.
You.
It's me. It's the attitude. Not happy to see me.
I didn't think you'd be the last. I didn't think you'd be the last one to get in my way.
In your way? What for? I've got better things to do. I just want my worrisome brother who hasn't been home in a long time to have a proper meal. After a century, the first thing you do is return to this rundown temple. Do you feel like I've been locked up enough here? Or do you actually like it here?
I started this round of Weiqi here, and likewise, I will end it in this temple.
Alright, but first, clear up the table. No space for a bowl.
Why?
To eat, of course. What else?
You know what I'm planning to do?
Whatever it is, you shouldn't do it on an empty stomach.
I'm gonna kill people.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Noodle flavored birthday cake. He tries to poke at it with chopsticks and it goes through and it's actually cake. It's like one of those TikTok videos. Alright, I never learned to actually make the noodles. That's cake. It just looks like the noodles.
What the fuck is this wizardry? What is this black magic, this sarcasm witchcraft to make a noodle cake?
This all cannot look as good as 3D. Yeah, there's obviously limitations. Like in a 3D setting, for the most part, things will always look worse because you can put all the details into one thing. You know, the obvious exception is like, you know, the Enfield 2D sprites of all the characters, where they look kind of all generic and samey. They look a lot better in game. Should have been a quiet night. The faint rustling of armor echoes from afar, evoking the image of cold blades glinting silver under the moon. The crisp cries of startled foul beasts only deepen the temple's solitude. Those outside remain still, waiting orders and waiting for the one inside to come up with an answer. What a show you put on! With so many people just for one meal. It was on the 15th of the fullest on the 16th. As they say, we can have a reunion dinner today, even if we missed our chance yesterday. No need to rush. Why not finish this meal before you go, Wang? My second eldest brother. Your Imperial Majesty surprised to see a woman who shouldn't exist?
No. I looked for you for a long, long time. Just didn't think you'd be taken so far away. Hidden so deep.
I only found out yesterday I'm still alive because of a heavy price that someone paid for me. Afraid the story will be hard to imagine for your Imperial Majesty, but the Almighty with that much trouble. Must have been your doing. You probably have something you want to tell me too, right?
Your very appearance here is itself the answer I seek. I know you have many questions. Ask them. Whatever your questions, I shall permit them.
That's so? I thought my mere presence would have angered you. To be honest, you're quite different from what I expected. Thought the true Lung would be like the rumors said, imposing, indifferent, and impersonal.
How rude. You know well to whom you speak at this very moment.
To be honest, not really. I mean, 2 weeks ago you were still just someone from the stories. When I was little, my dad told me lots of unique stories. Historical classics, myths, and legends, but no matter what, he always spoke of a wise and strong emperor. An emperor who toiled for his people. He had to make major decisions for the whole nation. Every decree issued was in the name of absolute justice, but Aaron thrived under his governance. Sometimes I'd ask him, why not go back if you like it so much? was curious what this Yan he talked about was actually like. After all that curiosity, I got a tour around Baja the past few days. So a flourishing nomadic city where most work and live in peace and contentment. So I figured his stories were true. You're probably a good ruler. Your father. You probably don't remember him. He was just a nameless nobody to you. Well, I guess even the dish that offended you a decade ago isn't worth remembering. He wasn't actually my real father even. Just acted out of his so-called morals and saved a baby he thought was innocent. I probably think he was a good man too.
Obviously, the cities won't be as big or as lively. I think. I think generally, especially like one of the worst things is that they make these games also for mobile, so they can't go as hard as they should. Like at least if it was purely on PC and you could have settings for like how busy should these cities be and stuff like that, or like graphical settings. But like when you're also making your fucking games for phones, it's like it inherently worsens, I think, certain qualities in terms of like graphically and what you can build, because there's things that phones just can't do comparatively. But yeah, no, the cities would obviously be smaller, but it's not like, it's also not like they have to be super small. I mean, just think about the way that like, those aren't impressive. Just think about like how just HSR as a random example has like all of the like various areas that you end up going into, and even if like you have to almost like go into these different places, they're decently expansive, they're decently varied. Like you could have that type of thing. Obviously you're not gonna have like a city in Yan that's as big as you would actually expect. You have to like suspend your disbelief. There's just like limitations. Certain limitations, but I think it would be a lot better than what is in Enfield.
Gu Chuan. I remember it all. Actually, my dad talked about another Yanese too. Someone who was a teacher to many. Said that she devoted herself to the country to better everyone's lives. Many scholars from humble backgrounds like him a chance to study. When I arrived in Bajau, I heard a lot of stories and found out she wasn't someone from a fairy tale. Yeah, I did indeed have someone like her. Found out she was actually my relative. Your Imperial Majesty, could you tell me her story?
She was one of the 3 Grand Ministers, admired by all, stern and unyielding, a timeless role model, the Grand Preceptor. She was the wisest and most learned erudite in Yan. Most imperial decrees issued in court at the time were based on her judgments. She was a teacher to many, including me.
A teacher to many? Or a teacher to many? Why do I do that voice? That's not Blaze. Well, Dad said that although he was only a student for a few days, he was fortunate to have benefited from her wise words and remains forever in debt to them. It's an ancient Yanese saying. I can't recall it exactly, but basically means everyone has their own standards of right and wrong, so there's no universal definition. But this people still follow what's right in their hearts. In worldly turmoil we tread, and our own conscience we trust. I remember it. She said it to me as well. Which brings me to my next question. As your teacher, what did she teach you? How to conduct myself as a person, as a minister, as a ruler. Sounds complicated. What are the differences between the 3? As a person, to exercise decency and virtue, and keep the house in order. As a minister, demonstrate utmost loyalty and concern to the nation and people. As a ruler, always put the people before yourself, strive to govern wisely. And don't go to any suspicious islands if you're offered a chance. Make decisions for the sake of the realm. My words weigh heavy and can never be rescinded. And I understand that as You have all the power in your position, but you lose the right to admit any mistakes? Readalong of Yan, I want to ask you this. How did such a good person turn into a scheming traitor in everyone's eyes? You think she was falsely accused? No. No. This is wrong. Was she falsely accused? This was not the answer, but a solution. Who is on the Sweestein list? That's why the second brother's so wanted. Wang has his own island. Oh no! Who has Wang been taken to the island? Zhuo wanted to expose the Sweestein list until he saw his father's name on it.
Sacrifice the life of one, so the entire nation can be stabilized and its people pacified.
Readalong, how do the noodles taste?
Why?
It's hard to get even good food down when you're feeling bad over something. Do you have regrets?
I heard you were here. Grand Tutor, I have an urgent matter to report.
Shuole!
I just consolidated the survey data from the dermatologist who was returned from outside Yan. In the northeast, north, and west of Yan, a total of 5 Fahrenheits have shown signs of awakening. Currently, this behavior cannot be explained by pure coincidence, although it is currently unknown how this relates to the convict's plot. If you are worried, speech will be now. I fear the situation may spiral out of control. You don't seem surprised at all. Is this within your calculations as well?
He has been scheming for a century. This is but one of his plots. For all that he has done, it cannot be mere mutual destruction he seeks. But he's in Baijiao right now, only one step away from the Tomb of Sui, if he adamantly presses on. If he does, then Yan will not hesitate either. Was the capital like this also, 120 years ago? Conflict seeking the Tomb of Sui in a futile attempt to eliminate it by himself. Resulted in the death of a proxy. The bestial Sui began to stir.
Wang likes to show specifically children if he's got that island. Is Wang Chinese demigod Drake? Canonically, I think so.
I looked through the Sui regular archives, but I never managed to figure out how he entered the mausoleum in the first place. Just who helped him enter the Tomb of Sui?
Why haven't you touched your chopsticks? Don't you feel like eating?
A worthless move. A waste of time.
I know you're in a hurry. I'm sure you can squeeze out a meal in at least. Sheesh. I didn't even complain about the time it took to make all these. You know how long I spent preparing this pot of soup?
Tell me.
If we start counting from the moment you left, about a century? Even longer if we include the time I spent sourcing ingredients and figuring out what to cook.
Have you found the flavor you were searching for? After all this time spent in preparation?
No, I haven't. How could it be that easy? But I came to understand something. There's no perfect dish in this realm. Or how long I let this pot of soup stew, there's no way I could include every single flavor there is in it. Just one dish. At a banquet spread of myriad delicacies will leave some unsatisfied. But so what? People always think about what to eat for their next meal. Saving well what they didn't get for next time is what gives life hope, what keeps life going. I remember a phrase Jay, my eldest sister, taught me. What is truly complete begins incomplete. That should be the shorter version of what I just said, right? Water fills then spills. Moons wax and then wane. Wayne, do you still remember what Jay meant when she gave you the true name in one lone word?
You came here to convince me. You came here to convince me, I should say.
Shot that, I'm gonna lose it. No ads, no ads, no ads. You heard us right, no ads. King Shottle gives you unlimited fun with no ads. Those ads, Laffy? With all that said, am I also not convincing myself? When I walked out of that tomb, I couldn't tell the difference between how a human should live compared to a beast. I watched the people around me, both nobles and peasants alike. Remember the time or age, people in this realm are mostly unhappy, miserable. This land is flooded with suffering. Mortality is inevitable, meetings are fickle, requests go unfulfilled. And love will leave one day. What happiness and joy there is seems so minuscule in comparison. Humans seek happiness and satisfaction, but they're no gods from the legends with their remarkable powers. Most times they find themselves helpless and powerless. My curiosity continued. What's the point of living when there's so many hardships everywhere? Only after a long time did I come to discover there is no happiness without sadness. How can one feel the joy of birth without knowing the grief of death? How can one rejoice for a meeting without experiencing the reluctance of separation? I finally realized every taste in this realm begins from the flavor known as regret. Instead, picks up his chopsticks and slowly uses them to put food in his mouth. Warmth spreads from the tip of his tongue to the rest of his body. He cannot help but feel a little moved.
King like King Halo? Is this an Uma Musume reference? A true first-rate Uma? Truly first-rate in all ways, beloved by all? Chat, also gotta say, I think we got one final piss. As happens on the streams, where we drink a lot of the old water. During these reading streams. We got one final piss, alright chat? One final piss. I'll expand your Minecraft again. And when I get back, we're gonna get through this. Reminds of old Elder Scrolls games. This is the song that I like virtually always have as my like this is the song that I always hear on like mine. I have it like the background that I have for like my like what is it, the like Arknights, just like the like home screen. The background that I have is the one that is this song because I like it the most of the songs. I do like it a little more than the Dorothy's Event lobby theme, which is one of the songs that you can have for your home screen. Which, like, that song is very good. I do like that song quite a bit, but this one is just, I think, the best. I really hope they add, I think it's called Ad Astra is the Lone Trail one. I really hope they add the Lone Trail one. That one's the best lobby theme. Lone Trail just had peak music.
Wang, do you still remember? You had just returned from the northern border with your troops. Or you were just back fresh from a fierce battle. I had just opened a restaurant in Baijiao then. Jay was also in town for some errands, so the three of us enjoyed a rare dinner together. I still remember Jay made an exception and drank several cups of wine. She imitated our elder sister's drunken posture, writing poems on the wall. I never saw you so happy before. It wasn't until midnight that the dinner ended. I was so tired I fell asleep at the table. Next day I awoke in bed, the two of you nowhere to be seen. I was happy. It was the first time you had a meal with us, but I didn't think it would be the last. After that we never met up again. Neither you nor Jay.
What exactly do you mean to say?
At first, I didn't understand why humans insisted on having meals together. Afterwards, I slowly realized a will to eat well also means a will to live well. People who eat together can help each other and live on together. It's hard, but I've always been hoping to eat together as a family again.
The fucking dusk expression. Oh, this criminal you don't have a long UI, kind of, yeah. Does Dusk have white woman spice tolerance? Does she see the Taco Bell mild sauce and say, no, too much, too much?
I imagined many times how my big brothers and sisters would come back to Baijiao one day. Maybe Neon and Dusk would squabble on one side of the table, Shu would bring back some greens, while she would show off some mysterious treasures he'd gotten from who knows where. Maybe you're sitting together with our eldest brother and sister, talking about the view from a frontier fortress. Oh, the Minecraft parkour ended. We gotta find another engagement video. Oh boy. That's an advertisement. That's not a Minecraft engagement video. There we go. Set that back up for you guys. I know our eldest brother's busy with official duties, and our oldest sister is a fucking idiot, but they're always thinking about their younger siblings. Same as you. I remember all your favorite flavors. I racked my brain thinking about what dishes to make for our feast.
There is you trying to sit at the adults table. Bro thinks he's on the team.
Even if I knew deep down the day might just never come, but I still keep on hoping, because that's what keeps me feeling hollow inside. It's what keeps my life going.
You know well, it's an impossibility. Harboring these unrealistic ideals will only increase your burden.
I know, but deep down inside, I just can't stop thinking about it. Just human nature to do that. To be honest, I miss Jade pretty deeply too. When she vanished, I spent every day thinking about her. I'd think about her when I woke up, when I prepared meals, when I was jorking it. I'd remember how she taught me to read and write, how she'd taste my cooking, and every time I'd cry, that was when I learned how eternal separation tastes to humans. Of course, I know you feel the same. So, the regret and pain inside you, I can sympathize too.
Sympathize? How exactly do you plan on sympathizing with what I've gone through?
You forget, you're all I know you hate all the sweet regulator watched Jie die. You're our eldest brother because he stopped you from taking revenge. You even hated Jie, resented her for paying the price on your behalf. But the one you hate most is yourself.
Not really, I hate them more.
Okay. I know you, Wang. You're off to do something you have to do. There's no way I can convince you to give it up. I just want to say, you don't need to go in there ready to die. Ain't better to lose any of you. She gave me a brocade. Shu gave you seeds. The only thing I can give you is this bowl of soup.
What is this?
It's a power I've never used before. I can unearth everything I've seen and experienced over 100 years outside the tomb to make this bowl of soup. Just take it as a helping from you to you. Wang, my brother, I really want you to come back safe.
I look at man silent for a long time. He raises his hand as if wanting to wipe the tears from the young man's face, but ultimately, his arm drops back down feebly.
I didn't want you to get involved in this. You especially. You've forgotten who you are. Forgotten the distance between man and beast. And forgotten the answer you sought. Which is fine. You could have just lived as you once were. So why? Why did you remember and come here?
Because I'm fucking like that. It's fine if I forget who I am, but I can never forget the flavors deep inside. The feelings for the people I care about.
Losing my mind.
Not vibe for you,
You have all dwelled in the mortal realm for too long, and resemble humans too much. In the end, it's a mere resemble. I'll help all of you. I'll help you smash these fetters open. I'll help you find a place on this land. I will help all of you become human.
Brother?
The man puts down his chopsticks and bowl, stands up and walks outside.
It was only later that I realized what the price he spoke of truly meant. It was a consequence I'd never imagined before. But my elder brother with the Grand Preceptor had long foreseen this outcome. Perhaps it was a way out. Burning a guilty Preceptor, leaving a legitimate and innocent prince to succeed to the throne was the best result Yen could have. And also the choice they expect me to make.
Oh wait, is this still... It's the one annoying thing when they give these like long narratory segments and I'm like, who is saying this? But what for? Is this the only way? Through a path paved with lies? This fear? Am I making a misstep? Bring unrest in the state? Afraid that history will inscribe my name with infamy for eternity? Is it resentment? A resentment for causing me to lose all that I had? And then for not staying behind to face all this together? Do I resent myself for not doing more? Oh, this is the Emperor. This is the true Long. Why am I feeling this? How long have I not tasted such flavors? Is this... Oh no, is this fucking... So is this... No, this is Wang! God, sometimes that shit confuses me. You know well it was a critical time. True Long had just died from an unknown cause. The court was in panic. Powerful foes waiting just outside. If the situation hadn't been stabilized in time, the bloodshed would have been more than 1,000-fold greater. No, you don't understand. How could you? It's true I don't. All these considerations you mentioned are leagues away from me. I couldn't even begin to imagine what it feels like being responsible for the fate of so many people. The most noble sacrifice I've seen was just a few idiots who shed their blood on the battlefield for their ideals. Your Majesty, you definitely know it's a lie, convincing the masses with this explanation. A lie that happened just because the people will not allow the True Long to make a mistake. The Yan under your rule has so much land, so vast it can accommodate 100 nomadic cities, millions of people. So why couldn't it hold one more kind-hearted person? Don't you feel any remorse for her? What choice should I make? Choices do I even have? How do I explain these principles to the one before me? No. Why should I even tell her? Why did I meet her? What did I want from her? Well, I'll get it. It's not a choice to make alone, and considering the so-called big picture. Truth is not always power, and public opinion can triumph. Everyone sees and believes in different things, so so-called truth only holds true to whoever claims it first. My dad spent his whole life trying to find out the truth, but he chose to accept this. Not because he forgave you, just to reap the result that you and the Grand Preceptor wanted to achieve together. Talking from the dragon throne puts down his chopsticks. A light, faint sigh echoes throughout the great hall. How do you want me to compensate for this? Compensate? No, that's impossible. Now, to you and Yen, the reputation of one or the fates of a few are not even worth mentioning. But for those unfortunate souls swept away by your grand plan, this suffering can't be undone. Then how do you want... Yeah, well, I was thinking about it before I came here. What kind of outcome do I even want? Apology from you to clear the names, but is that enough to comfort those who are gone? Does it mean anything to those left behind? I haven't considered the worst outcome of our meeting. A ball of flames ignites and extinguishes within Blaze's palm, illuminating the palace for just a moment. I just want you to promise me one thing. Don't forget them. As said before, there's no need to wait on me here.
Your Imperial Majesty's safety is paramount, so I'm being parted for our defiance against your rule. The traitor's descendant wantonly barges the Forbidden City. It was a merciful act to grant her an audience. Shall we charge her on grounds of deceiving your Majesty?
No. I don't believe so.
News from the Sui regulator. The convict has returned to the ancient temple. Your Changes and Imperial Guardsmen are already in position. Human is also ready for battle. Should we give the order to slay him at once?
Pass on my decree.
Lazy! You... Good to see you alive. What happened to you? Your face all black and blue. Got your ass whooped. You don't want to talk. I can feel your hand trembling. Are you scared? Yeah, I'm scared. It's a one too long after all. The king, boss of the whole country. It's one word from him and many heads will roll. I'm scared of dying. I've been on the battlefield after all. Been a shit more dire than this. I'm just scared that my meeting with the True Long will be fruitless. Wasting the opportunity everyone fought so hard for. Idiot. And tell me quick, what did you talk about with the True Long? I asked him for an explanation. My dad, my younger sister, the relative I never met. I couldn't see his face clearly, but I'm sure he felt. What's wrong? It's snowing. The two are in such a hurry that they only notice now the surrounding air has gradually gotten colder. The energy pools scattered throughout the city gradually power down. It's mid-autumn, but the temperature plummets as if it's winter. In contrast to the dimming city lights, when moons shine even brighter, the snow starts to fall. Time's almost up. We should go, Deputy Minister. You.
Put it on me.
But, Deputy Minister, we're all aware of the man you are, so why not?
All criminals should walk with a kanga and chains. Even suspects should be clapped in iron. And this is how you conduct yourself as a warden? Put it on me.
As you say, forgive my dereliction of duty.
Go slow. Let us savor the moonlight.
A snowflake floats through a window, landing on the prisoner's face. What the? Weather like this in the middle of autumn? We even have snowflakes.
Which one? I have done what I promised you, brother.
Begins back in the study. He takes out pen and paper along with an incomplete history manuscript. Story of the past, the hidden names. Knows them now. Should be able to finish the final chapter. Yet she hesitates, and still. Someone flings the window open and shuts the book. A single snowflake lands on a draft, making the first stroke. What? It's snowing? Blaze, what the fuck did you do?
Is your shopkeeper still not here? He's really not here this time. It's fine. Guess I'm bound to never meet him. I had to show everyone a feast of 100 delicacies never before seen. It turned to be a joke in the end. I am a joke myself as well. I'm ready to go. It's dang thing lower my culinary abilities. Chef Mo, he told me to give this to you when you showed up looking for him. He knew I would come.
He an empty bowl. A wooden plate lies within. Carved on it in firm, strong strokes are 4 Viennese characters. Tentia Di, first under heaven.
I was told this title weighs heavy. But it cannot feed the hungry. He also said that while culinary skills can be compared, hunger treats kings and paupers alike, and that it didn't matter if there would be future top chefs, but as common cooks among those people on the snowy night, he would have made that pot of noodles for them anyway. Old man is struck dumb. Immediately burst into hearty laughter. Snow buffets his face. Not felt this awake or elated for a long time.
Heed the True Long's decree.
Mobilize 7/10 of the city's energy to open the Tomb of Sui.
Yes, the Fahrenmuts are also the citizens of Yan, no different than humans. If my citizen has an injustice to appeal, I will grant him permission. Should he succeed, he would render Yan a meritorious service by ridding this 1,000-year concern once and for all. If he fails, and the beast shall see awakens, and he shall have the full might of Yan behind him. Together, we shall slay the beast, till the threat is no more.
Your Imperial Majesty, do you intend to pardon the convict?
Yes. How many more I should pardon? Pardon the conflict Fahrenmut Wang, for the crimes of manipulating the Count and deceiving the Emperor. I pardon the Grand Preceptor for the crimes of false counsel, self-depreciation, and treason. I pardon the disposed Imperial heir Yan Wu, for crimes of dereliction of duty, abandoning his brother, and failing to uphold righteousness. As for myself, failing to discern right from wrong, bringing injustice upon the good, failing to prevent war, leading to the deaths of many. Crimes so heinous, a pardon is impossible. Unworthy of the throne I occupy, I must do what I can. I will ensure Yan's fate belongs solely to its people. I will settle my debts to this nation in full. And when that day comes, I will await judgment for my crimes. Yan Wu, it will be time for you to return. The night sky remains clear. Few thin clouds float above. When moon's obstructed, and delivers a chill at a perfect temperature. Passers-by stop in their tracks to watch the inexplicable sight. So much snow. What's going on here? Baijiao's energy poles are reducing their power. Seems energy is being redirected elsewhere. The city's not seen snow for many years. I'll see. This recalls when she entered the city. Her eyes were drawn to these innumerable energy poles that seemed to never dim. It was what Xing Shu told her. Baijiao's magnificent founding history. The city, this vast nation, history and time, they've never stopped for anyone. Till now. Ling Qinyan, doesn't snow that falls out of season carry special meaning in Yunese stories? What are you trying to imply? The truth is now revealed with white? Heaven sends snow to finally right a long-standing injustice? Typical snow in a summer story? Maybe, or something else. Those who are gone, what they leave behind will eventually disappear, just like the snow here. Oh no. Well, hope the snow lasts a while longer. That's very cool. Oddly enough, you know what some of these types of shots like the mobile cities remind me of? Anyone who's played like Middle-earth Shadow of War, specifically the sequel to Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War, when you're doing like the big sieges, you have like the guy, he stands at like the top of like one of these looking things and like shit talks you before. And then you gotta go over the different walls, slowly make your way through, like climbing the fortress essentially. Until you get to the top. Fully armored soldiers line up on both sides of the path, spanning across the entire city. The man drags himself through a long black corridor. Every step he takes feels the ancient, enormous existence responding to his visitation. Oh my god, it's the Reaper Leviathan! We were talking about Subnautica earlier. An angry roar, a hoarse howl. Oh, my head. Doesn't feel like the usual hangover from the Husong wine I had last night. Alas, I see, it awakens from its farcical dream. An inevitability. I must go have a look after this cup, and see what scenes await at the end of this millennium-long dream. The poet looks in the distance. Clouds screen the sun, the realm obscured. Who? What is it? Professional work should be left to actual pros. Who that mess with my adjustments? Zip it. I've been here the entire time and no one's come. I seeked out for 2 rounds of mahjong at the Nongye Tianqi's next door. How did this heart get hypertension again? Do you still not get it? I'm afraid they've arrived. Arrived? That's what feels like Baijiao let him go that easily. Did you forget? A century ago, he walked in that tomb the exact same way. Afterward, Jie vanished, and we still don't know what even happened. This time... Dusk? You scared? Yes, I am. This is it. Only someone without heart or brain wouldn't be afraid. No intention to just vanish. Oh, it's rare we agree on something. And what are we waiting for? Let's hurry before those old bones realize what we're up to. You want to... With how things are, there's no way we're just gonna sit here and wait to die. Sweet Regulator is the least of our concerns right now. Let's go back home and hold a real family reunion. So it's you. I heard your voice. It's been a long time. I know you're in a bad mood. I can feel it too. I mean, I spent the longest time in that tomb after all. I probably know you better than the others. Strange. We're all eyes. What's the point of going into this one side must perish situation? I'm explaining it so I can only reluctantly accept it. You're strong. I don't think I don't think we'll lose to you. You slept 1,000 years, right? After all, we've spent that time living real lives, so how can we lose, right? I can't use the power I took from you, so take it back. Consider it a farewell from me. There's no avoiding this outcome, so we might as well treat it as a salvation. Sleep. Stove fire is lit. Warm flame, harboring life and hope, to dispel the chill of the winter night, and anxiety in the people's hearts. The restless ancient behemoth far away returns to calm yet again. Moonlight fills the city. Every dreamer dreams a good dream. Seeking an answer, he feels lost. Clarity finds in worldly flavors. Life is a feast.
eternity of flame. It's gotten quiet inside. I suppose our younger brother Super's timely. Ended up troubling him a little. Was your visiting earlier not a part of your plan? Truly. Oh wait. Was your visiting earlier not a part of your plan? Truly nothing gets past you. This is it. Shall we go in together?
No. Hand me the items.
This blade? And what we got from our dear sister and younger brother? Our strength still pales in comparison, but at least the odds don't seem insurmountable. What now? Brother?
This is well enough. Done what I asked of you. What I promised you, you already have. Our debt is settled. I will finish this myself.
What's that supposed to mean? Things are finally even. If we have to have it your way, won't I be in your debt again?
Leave, G. What happens next is between us. I have my own epic thing to do. Playing against me all along in order to determine a winner. Long since ceased to be your vassals. I must fight for victory or death. It's like the battle of millennia ago. This too is inevitable. Your arrogance, your indifference, it all stops here. You angry, afraid, anticipating. Just a guy. Come. Your move. Bust a nut. Come. Your move. Ah!
Oh, one more chapter, chat. One more chapter. Oh boy! Jesus, it is. That last chapter was fucking long. Holy! Holy! My goodness. A absolute fucking monster of a goddamn chapter. Yeesh. Alright. Alright. We can prepare. We can get ready. One of the better Sweet events, yeah. It's probably my favorite. What night is it? Gloomy Mausoleum sits in pitch black silence, the chaotic darkness. Even time seems to come to a standstill. How long has it been since the last sign of activity in here? On this day, a new voice enters in the tomb. Where's this? Tomb? Who am I? No.
Who are you? Also unknown. Though they did give me a name. Sweet.
Have you been here a long time? Oh, this is where that CG comes from. If you would, Mr. Yu.
Before you take me away, might I make a presumptuous request? If it's not too much trouble, could you go over to that small restaurant across the street? Buy me a bowl of plain rice and a cup of tea. No good to be imprisoned on an empty stomach.
It's my job. Please wait a moment. Are you going?
The sentence has been passed. I can't very well dally around the Judicial Review Office.
I know. Which is why I'm here today to send you off.
Don't seem to resent me. Now that I know the whole truth, I find no reason to resent you.
Although I could resent you for not telling me earlier.
If I did, your fear might be clad in the same fetters as I have on me right now. I had to leave a few worthy successors for the Judicial Review Office.
I've raised an objection to your conviction. In truth, if you feel this unjust, you can request a review with the 3 organs of justice.
Could you possibly think of what I did is unworthy of a decade behind bars?
But all that you did was ultimately for...
What difference does it make? Law is the law, not a mere guide to what is moral. If I refuse to comply with the law today, how many more like me will there be in the future? How much chaos will they create in the name of morality? It's unlike a disciple of mine to be spouting such words.
I have been careless in my words.
It's up to young people like you, those who try to steer the law closer to what many dream is right. I'll be waiting for that day, and since that pine tree on that mountain still stands, I'll be waiting for you to cut it down, craft me a coffin from its wood. By the way,
Have you come in today not dressed in the Judicial Review Office's uniform? Yep, she back in the normal uniform that we see? Yep. Back in the classic. Coat not over her shoulders. I resigned. Thunderclap can illuminate a moment, but it cannot distinguish what is good or evil. True or false for everything. There are many things I cannot perceive clearly. The pine tree remains on the mountain, merely a tree. What the mountain climber sees in the tree depends on their intentions. I will return to the Tianchi Bureau and practice my craft for a while. Very well. Doing something you don't understand with muddled eyes will never bring you any achievements. Sir, there's still one thing I do not understand. Why exactly did you insist on investigating the Grand Preceptor's case? Why do you ask? I organized the files surrounding this case only to find Gu Chuan was not the only one who sacrificed everything he had for this affair. Gu Chuan may have had his own motives, but you have no direct connection to this case, save for being under orders back then to bring this unresolved case to the Judicial Review Office to light.
Mr. Yu, the meal you wanted. The waiter at Savers at You refused to take payment. Even said they look forward to seeing you again. Strange, I didn't even mention the meal was for you. I recall meeting Gu Chuan in a restaurant several decades ago, and he imparted this to me. Too many colors blind the eyes, too many flavors dull the tongue. I only understand his words later, only owing to my short-sightedness and dull sense of taste. My eyes see only the unvarnished truth. My tongue savors only the unaltered taste. Man clad in prisoner attire turns around, takes one last look at the plaque above the doors of the Judicial Review Office. The courtroom behind the doors. Bends down, takes a scoops a handful of unmelted snow under a cypress tree, sprinkles it onto his rice bowl, and finishes his meal in a few mouthfuls. Tasty! Thus, I depart. Oh, there we go. Why are you here?
Because of a mistake. An oversight.
I can feel it. You're in so much pain, so much anger, but after so long, your wound is healing. Your rage subsiding. You sound exhausted.
Yes. My consciousness. My soul. It has split into multiples. Just like you. Where did they go? Outside the tomb.
Outside the tomb? They call it the mortal realm.
The immortal realm. Is it a beautiful place?
Not at all. There have witnessed the most savage slaughters, most malicious plots, most merciless betrayals. Kin destroys kin, love turns to hate. Arrogance.
Arrogance caused my failure because I could not comprehend human emotions. If the immortal realm is such a vicious and repulsive place, then why do they go there?
Because it's chill as fuck. Who goes there? Who goes there? Who is slaying? Quite the damn distance you've hiked. Now where you goddamn off to? Why does it concern you? I'll tell you why. You goddamn drunks in here. You made me do nothing. You all think probably forgot the pain of a woman before it even healed. We can beat you up, draw you out, and we can do it again now. With just you yourself, laughable. No, that tells you a fighter, let fucking go. I know you have a few work down that belly of yours. Let's see who's stronger, you or that painter. Let's see how long your leftover worlds can stand against my flames. Well, you will pay for your impotence. Forget it, ain't no use in killing you. You only mold another body to life just like before. If this is your excuse for backing down, I accept. I can't be bothered to argue with you. Before I locate your true form and offer you for good, here's a question I want to ask. I'm curious. What exactly that Wei Chi failure promised you to make you obey his orders so willingly? No, not just you. All of you. His plots do not concern me. We only share common goals. The one I seek is that disgraceful traitor, imprisoned in a tomb. You only want revenge. You would have just killed its proxies one by one, then wait for it to die in war at the end. So many years have passed, your so-called kin of this land surely only number a few now. You're just feeling nostalgic. It's human emotion is what makes you different from beasts. Absurd. No, that can't be the only reason why you conspire with them. Don't think you can fool me. All these years in, I always kept a few pairs of eyes on you. You were still thinking about that thing on the pie show? Uncle Lee, are we really gonna find Dad here?
This was the only place I got after asking around. For so many years apart, it's the first time I was hoping news about him would turn out to be false. Can't think of anyone else who'd fit the bill. Someone so successful in martial arts that they've fought everyone with fighting and even intentionally injured others on multiple occasions.
How'd he end up like this?
No clue. His obsession's unmatched. Although the stronger the obsession, the harder it is usually for the mind to break.
What was that?
I feel we'll find him soon, but be careful. Might be the only one who can wake him from his madness.
Let's go, Uncle Lee.
Blade falling into his hands, truly a sleight of fate. Liang Zheng, oh Liang Zheng, if something were to happen to Huai Qianpei, be on your head. From a distance, a burly body can be vaguely seen in the depths of the cave. Heavy fists repeatedly pound the rock walls, leaving blood stains that resemble plum blossoms. Your punch shakes the entire cave. Only now do the visitors realize this cave has been carved out by the punches.
40 years! The first under heaven! Why did I?
That blade, I can't give it away, so I better throw it away. My daughter, throw it at your hunger.
Dad? Dad, wake up! Dad!
You can almost see Bajia from here. Isn't this bored house unexpectedly turned into a trip down memory lane?
Until what you lot insisted on following me. So why the silence now?
All who died here are our brothers, all for loyalty. Bored away, someone's following us. Watch out! Impressive swordplay.
Oh my god, not you! Fucking you! Fucking you! I thought I was free of you. I thought they'd stopped putting you in everything.
It appears rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated. The many years since we last met, your swordplay has turned incomparable, Lady Chen. Long time no see, Wei and Wu, Uncle. Hoi Che. Hoi Che. I thought what you did in Lungmen was the stupidest decision you could make. You and these men. What are your plans now, even? You shouldn't be here. You should just be Fumizuki. She told you. I made this decision myself. Nothing to do with anyone else. This affair, likewise, has nothing to do with you. True. I never asked about your past. I considered it your private business, and I felt no right to pry. I don't think this is another outfit. I think this is the same outfit that she had in the event with Lynn. I've seen too many places these past few years and seen too many things I never saw or even thought of before. I think I've come to understand that despite all the contradictions of this land, righteousness still exists. What happened to my mother and my sister? You can't say they have nothing to do with your past. So I want to see for myself how you plan to unravel this past you've been entangled in your entire life.
I seem to suddenly remember many things. Things I saw within an enormous body, through eyes that can see through the mist, are part of this consciousness, so it is only natural you possess the same memories, which the mortal realm I saw is different from what you described.
So what did you see?
Fire, the very beginning, all congregated to fend off ferocious music, Laffy. The background. They gather in the flames. I really want to know what those feelings are. Such a thought. It's very dangerous.
Dangerous?
Oh, dangerous.
Your kin, the proxies. Oh, wait. Dangerous?
Oh, kin. The proxies are already roaming about the mortal realm, entertained with similar thoughts. Nothing awaiting them is endless torture. They all want to become human. Before I become one, I first want to know what is humanity. Where should I go look for my answer?
Yeah. Just go. Take a walk in the mortal realm. A cacophony of emotions and desires bring you endless suffering. Give a thought form and will resemble the dawn of chaos. On its fetters and you never break free.
I'm not afraid.
Oh, just a dream? I guess it's not so strange to dream about it. Where's everyone? The young chef leaps off the couch, stretches himself, and rubs his eyes hard. Kitchen form remains the same. Lots of pans all in one place. He seems to suddenly think of something. Hurriedly opens a cupboard, taking up bottles of oil, salt, soy sauce, and vinegar. Carefully drips a drop from each in a bottle into his mouth one by one. Browsing it tightly deep in thought. For a while, the does smile appear in his face. Ah, thank goodness! Still tastes the same. Whether it's a man or beast, whether I remember or not, doesn't make much difference. Flavors of this land are endless, and I've discovered all the ones I've been seeking. As for what comes next, let's not think about that right now. Enjoy the flavors of today, leave tomorrow's worries for tomorrow. That's all there is to it. Now then, let's get cooking. And that is it. Doing some of those like really breathy voices, I'm not sure if any of you have done this. Very much that how to explain? My face feels all tingly all over. If you do some of that sometimes, you get like the oxygen is kind of coming in and out fast. You're not like getting things fully through your face, and sometimes you'll get a very tingly face. But that is it. Oh, that is it. Jesus Christ. We are done.
Thank you to everybody who went through this journey with me. This journey through such is the joy of our reunion. We'll have to write this event shit later. I'm kind of hungry, and I kind of want to try to make that spicy stir-fried pork that Conpeto sent me. I kind of want to make like a base to put it on. Maybe rice and perhaps some vegetables with it. But yeah, thank you all for being here, chat. Thank you all for coming. Oh, I gotta go. All right. This event's got me ready to fucking cook myself up something good for lunch. Have a great day, chat. Everybody who came, thank you, Dorian, again, for the biggest donation in channel history. It means a lot. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful to everybody who came here and enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. my time, so I don't know, for Europeans like I think like 9 p.m. so a little awkward time for the EU guys. It's like 3 p.m. on a Monday, so I'm not sure how many people will watch. Granted, I'll probably turn it into a video at some point as well. Kind of have a best moments. But yeah. I'll see you all then, chat. See you all then. Thanks for coming. Have a great day.